What's up, guys? My name is Russell Voorhees. Does it sound kind of funny, or is that just me?
I mean, it's. I can hear you.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure. I thought I was bugging for a second. Yeah. Okay. What's up, Russ? What's up, y'all? My name is Russell Voorhees. Welcome to number 11. Let me restart. That was actually
run it back, dude. Run it back.
No, just keep that shit in. It's episode number 11 of the Better Take podcast. Today we have a special guest. We have Maxx Chewning in the building. I wish we had like fake like applause or some shit like that.
Just dab, dude. We can just put a sound effect.
Yeah, fist bump. So how you been, man? It's been a minute since I've like seen you. It's funny because we live and work kind of close, but like I never actually see you.
I literally just made a video about this, about how like all the friends that I would like used to see on like a daily basis.
Yeah,
I live closer than ever, and it's like we never see each other.
Yeah,
but I made the kind of analogy, like, you know how like you have buddies that like live in different states or something. You don't maybe talk to them every month or so, but when you do connect after like a year, it's like you saw them yesterday almost.
Yeah.
That's how I still feel. Like, it's weird that we live so close, and I still, everyone doesn't get to see everyone as much, but
because we're gonna get into that. I watched the video. I literally watched it yesterday. Like, I was just chilling.
Yeah.
Actually, funny enough, I was listening to it when I was taking a shower.
Naked.
Yeah. No, I literally had your phone in the shower watching it. And there was like some interesting things in that I wanted to touch up on, but
yeah.
Kind of introduce yourself, man. I fucking hate that question, but like introduce yourself to the audience. Like, who is Maxx Chewning?
You know, I still identify myself as a YouTuber, a content creator. I think it's because it's so deeply enrooted in my veins from like doing this for like 10 years. But I'm a YouTube content creator who has started some businesses from that. You know, it's I own a candy company, I own a clothing company, and and I also run a podcast. So I think being content creator is still like at the top of my priority list.
What do you normally tell people? Like, let's say like you're vacationing somewhere, you're going somewhere, and someone's like, "Hey man, like, what do you do for a living?" Like, what do you tell other people?
I say I make YouTube videos.
You say you make YouTube videos,
and I'll say I own a candy company.
Yeah,
I don't get into like all the super big details, but usually especially when I say like candy thing, they're like, candy.
Yeah,
or they're really in like interested in like the whole YouTube thing, because it's still somewhat like there's like a mystery about the back end, how people maybe make money. I mean, maybe it's a little more apparent now that it's.
I always try to tell, whenever people ask me that question, I always give them the shortest answer, or like the answer that avoids the most conversation. Because if I say like, oh, I do social media, that's another question. Then it's another question. Then it's another question.
You know, when I used to be, way back in the day, not anytime recently, with back on dating apps and stuff, whenever a girl would be like, what do you do? I would say I work in like social media marketing.
Yeah. Wait, you used to be on like on dating apps and shit?
Fuck yeah, dude.
Really? I've never ever in my life been on a dating app.
You lying, bro.
I swear I've never been on a dating app.
How would you meet? I mean, because like, unless you, like, because when I go to the club or when I go to bar, I have never like cold approached a girl. So I either just wait for it to happen, which is very rare.
Have you ever used your social media as like
a flex?
Yeah.
No, but Rob Lipset, you used to tell me this. Was it Rob? Told me this strategy forever ago. This is back when he was single. He would always be like, "Yo, the ultimate strategy is like, if you got a big like following, is like how to like show."
I thought you were
it.
about to say something else. I was like, "Whoa."
Oh no.
Yeah.
No, but he'd be like, instead of asking for a number, he'd be like, "Hey, like just like send me a DM," and he would like put his own account up there and be like, "Send me a DM," so then they could see it. I never would like to use that type of
never
clout.
I'm in the same boat. I've never like well, I did one time in college. I cold approach a girl, and then like after that, I've never done that again.
No, my strategy was let them come to you, which is very rare.
Yeah.
But I was like, I'll be like at the bar ordering a drink, and there happened to be like an attractive girl next to me, and it like we casually start having a conversation. But I've never been like, damn, look at that mommy over there. Let me go spit some game.
Yeah, that shit never really works unless like.
That's why you get on dating apps, bro.
Yeah,
they're good and they work. And like I know tons of people that
I always looked at dating apps as just like a way to fuck. Like, you hit someone up and it's very direct. It's like, yo, like.
I mean, I think that like pretty much is what most people use, is like they're almost like hookup apps. Yeah. But I think some things can turn well from it. Yeah,
okay.
if
that's what you're trying to get it out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. I just never. It's interesting though. I just never really looked at it like that, because I just felt like I'm like, damn, like I'm not down that bad yet.
But no, okay. I would change it. Like back when I used apps, I don't think social media had blossomed as much. Where now Instagram is a dating.
It
app.
is a dating. App.
That's what it is. So
you literally,
it's like,
your For You page is how does your For You page look?
It's a bunch of shirtless dudes, which is unfortunate because I don't like. Besides who I'm following, like I don't look at a bunch of stuff. But it's just like
that means you're pretty wholesome. That's pretty good, man. Because a lot of dudes For You pages is like a bunch of girls,
just half naked chicks,
half naked girls and shit like that. I don't know. The algorithms on Instagram just be fucking up, man.
That's how you ever want to get like people in trouble. Just like every girl listening, just be like, ask your boyfriend, be like, can I just like give me your TikTok and let me just run through your For You page for a little bit.
Don't do that shit. Up. Don't do that shit. I know all the guys listening to this shit. They're like, yo, chill the fuck out. They're fucking sweaty right now. But how have you been just in general, man? Because I've been watching your content here and there, and I'm just like wondering, like, how is Maxx doing, like emotionally?
You'd probably be like, man, are you fucking depressed, bro? You keep talking about views going down, being butthurt about this.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I think, on a whole level, I'm great. I mean, business is doing better than ever, happier than I've ever been with my girlfriend. We're doing great. Yeah. So it's like, you really can't complain. I just get in my head a lot about like metrics and performance and stuff. Cause it's, essentially like, hey, you've been doing a job for like so long and you're constantly like improving at your job. But now I look at views almost as like, let's say you're like a pay cut. So people can like, relate to it, right? They'd be like, hey, you do the exact same work, put more effort into your job, elevate everything you're doing, but we're going to cut your pay for no reason. That's like how I feel about views. I'm like, content's getting better and better and better, but views are going down. There's no like reasoning to it, but I've kind of gone a little past it. But outside of that little like mental little mind fuck I've had. Can I curse on here?
Yeah, bro. I mean, I've been saying some wild ass shit. Yeah.
So,
well, let's get into that because like with your YouTube page, like I would say, you're one of the people that kind of showed me that this was even a path. Like when I watched your YouTube channel, like way back in the day, I really admired because it was you and Casey Neistat. Like y'all had, I don't know if like he motivated you or like had an influential hand of how you create your content.
Yeah.
But you had like these vlogs that were so fun to watch for me personally. And it was mostly because the effort that you would put in. Like now now that I've done my own content, like, a couple years ago, just the effort of like being able to set some shit up. Cause like, mind you, we're like in a 3-story building, right? Whenever you come up the stairs, like you come up the stairs, put the camera down, film yourself coming up. And it's like, I know people make fun of that shit, but just like the effort that goes into that is a lot, right? So what different ways has it been challenging to kind of like up that standard? Because I don't watch as consistently, but I'm hearing you say that you've upped that standard, but you haven't seen that relationship with the views kind of like mimic that.
I remember you posted on your story like forever ago, and you would like post one of my vlogs and be like, this motherfucker just went through a portal to get to like Chipotle. like I would do this crazy shit back then. But I did get influenced a lot by Casey Neistat, where I was like, hey, take basic daily tasks, and it's more about the story of like how you got to this location rather than you being at the location of the thing. So it was just more of like this. My goal with the YouTube channel was like, hey, I know I can't be like I don't know if you know like Ewan Olsen is.
Nah.
He's like a Red Bull. He's like a Red Bull skier that turned into a vlogger and would just do these crazy videos. I mean, like on $7 million yachts. Here's my cutting the top off my $400,000 G wagon, like
crazy shit like that.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I can never compete with that, but I was like, what I can offer is like I'm gonna do regular things, but I'm trying to make them as interesting as possible. That was like the angle I went, and it also kept it fun for me.
Yeah.
For making these videos of like, okay, how can I skin the cat differently each day, right?
Do you still find enjoyment out of like editing and all that shit?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, I feel like you would have to stay as long as you've stayed on.
Well, like the way I make YouTube videos is I film them in a very specific way that I know how I'm going to edit them. That's why I've never outsourced. Like, yes, when I worked with Oz, my old videographer, if he filmed a huge section of a video or if he vlogged a trip for me, he would edit that because he filmed it. But any footage that I've filmed, I always edit it because I have a very specific like vision of what it is. And it's not this like, Michael Bay type of production value, but it's just like a really quirky way. And I film a lot of clips like out of order, but I know how the story needs to unfold in my head. I'm like, I need to get point A to point B. I really want to have a driving shot. Oh, something's in my way. I can't do the driving shot now. I can get that later today at 4 o'clock.
And it's going to show up on the SD card, like all the way at the end. And
so it's like, it was just like, I film it and I film it in a way that I can edit my videos really, really quickly. And I do get a lot of enjoyment. And I'm like, giggling at my little stupid jokes that I'll make, or like something like funny. And I'm like, oh, people are going to get a rise out of this. So yeah, I absolutely do. I love making content. And even like this week, I'm gonna have a new video up on Sunday. I haven't filmed it yet, but I'm gonna film on Friday, and I already like have like kind of like it planned out in my head, because I know, okay, me and my girlfriend are gonna go shopping, so I know like, all right, and I'll think up like these stupid ass jokes. Yeah. The day before I'm even gonna say, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna say that in my video tomorrow.
No way.
Oh yeah. Most of my jokes are like pre-thought up. Yeah,
pre-thought up. Like, that's interesting as fuck, because I feel like the way that I approach my vlogs, I remember when I first started, I kind of mimicked you, Casey Neistat, and then a little bit of Christian when it came like to workout, like edits and shit like that. And it was fun at the time. Like I remember I used to do like the daily uploads like Casey did. And also for the people listening,
and the dry erase board.
Yeah, like for the people listening, Casey Neistat was like this like very revolutionary vlogger. He basically like created vlogging in a sense for YouTube.
Yeah, he just elevated
it to a new game.
Because like, he did daily, but he put like high quality daily.
Yeah, he was like a legit director or like a creative marketer or whatever, and he got behind the camera and all that kind of stuff. But I remember just like the tediousness of like having to like get these different shots, and then you're almost like working the video out in your head as you're filming the day. You're like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to use this beat for this type of shit, or like I'm gonna cut it like this. So I have to film it like that.
I think it kind of goes. I think it's almost like the attention to detail. It's like, you know, you've probably done this, and you know, I've done it a million times. But you know, it's like when you make a piece of clothing, or you watch someone who makes clothing, right? And they'll be like, they'll show like the zipper pull, right? And they'll be like the logos on the zipper pull, and they're like attention to detail. I'm like, that's just putting the logo everywhere you could possibly put the logo. Is that attention to detail? But it's like these fine little things that people would have to notice to be like, damn, they're really like, they put the EF logo on the aglet on the freaking tip of the drawstring, right? Yeah. That's how I wanted my videos to be, where, you know, I didn't want people to think in their brain of like when I'm unloading my car, like when I was bringing in, what was I doing recently? I don't know. I was moving from Alphaland, and I had a shot of like me getting out of my car and like taking someone to my house, but I had the drone up, and it was like the drone was like rotating, and it was the shot that's higher up. And I don't want people being like, wow, he like got the drone up, set it to like auto thing, put the controller away, you know, and then got the thing, took it inside, set the drone down. Like, I just want them to be like, oh, they want to, like, I want them to be like, oh, look at these creative ways he got these shots, not like the thought of like how much effort I put into those shots. Like, I just want like the tiny little details. And that's what I wanted to elevate like my videos, was just like kind of going above and beyond, even if it was this like simple thing of, hey, you know, when I pull into a parking spot, let me like get out, set the camera up, set the white balance, set the manual focus so it doesn't like rack focus to thing behind me, you know? So it's like, and then pull in and then get out. And then,
you know what's so crazy? Have you ever thought about doing content creation for other people? Like,
you know, there was one time before I moved to Texas, that was actually something that I really wanted to do for like, even just like for like Christian, because I just wanted it for my own enjoyment. I was like, I wonder if I could film a vlog for someone else. Because the problem with being a creative and having like a videographer, at least for me, like I would pretty much, when I'd be like, Oz, like film this trip of us going to LA. I'd be like, this weekend I need one video, I need a vlog from this trip. Yeah. But every single time I would find myself being like, we like walk into the airport. I'd be like, make sure you get a shot of this. Like, hey, make sure you get a shot of this.
Oh, you're like micromanaging it as he's doing it, because you know exactly what you want, but he just doesn't know exactly what you want.
Yeah, but he's like, you know, and it's I can never stop doing it. I would almost like essentially tell him exactly the shots to film, and I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna get out of the car. Like, why don't you get out, and like I'll jump out and like say something, kind of thing. And like, so that's why it's like I direct my videos so much that like I can't have someone film for me. So I think if I film for someone else, I would. It's like when I would have someone film like a deadlift edit, right? With deadlift edits, like there's only so many things you can film with that. So when I would go to like grab the weights or something, they wouldn't be filming. I'm like, you sure you don't want to get the shot?
Yeah,
I'm about to load the plate on you. You want to get that? You done with that?
That's the worst. Like, and I'm not trying to talk shit about the people I work with, but it's literally just like when you're in the moment, you know exactly how you have like an idea of how you want it to go. Yeah. And like there's certain times like when we're filming, I'm like thinking in my head, I'm like, bro, you should get this right now.
You're gonna have 10 clips to work with. Yeah,
you're literally like we're talking right now. Just get all of this right now. But you can't do that because you can't like hold the camera and do the same shit at the same time.
That's why if I film for someone else, I think I'd have like so much footage, because I'd film everything and then chop it down. But I'd like, I don't know, it's just different strokes. I think people who are like videographers have a different creative mind versus like a creator who's like filming themselves. I think it's like, it's hard. I've never even had to think about that dynamic.
It's also just like the fact that we all express ourselves differently creatively. Yeah. So it's like, you know, one person might think that this shot is vital, and another person's like, I mean, this is pointless.
But that's like the good thing about, because I fell in love with the creative process and editing, and I became good at it, you know, in my sense. Like I don't do fancy edits or anything like that. Like you're not.
No, they're pretty damn good. Like when you look at comparison to the other sectors of YouTube, like it's funny. Fitness has like the best videographers in my opinion.
But like when I'm filming myself, like you can tell that I like know what I'm doing and like that shot was thought out.
Okay,
Like, you know, that's like my mindset. But like, because I'm so in love with creating the content like that and I like it, that's why like I don't need a videographer. I don't want a videographer.
Sure.
Like maybe for when I go on trips and I want someone to film an experience, it'd be a better video. But like I can go anywhere and I can do anything and it's not going to stress me if I like don't have a videographer. Cause I was like, I've been doing it for long period of time before having any help. I know how to do it. Like I can film it.
How are those moments filming? Like when they're, cause for me, one of the things I struggle with that like a videographer helps me in is giving me that confidence to be a jackass in public. So like if I'm, so let's say I'm with Duhan, right? Duhan's like my main videographer guy. We're in public and we got to film a shot. I feel way more confident with Duhan filming with me than like me alone and holding it and talking. So let's say like we're like in the mall or some shit. And it's like, hey guys, we're here at the mall about to grab some shit. And like, there's people around. Like, don't get me wrong, I could do it by myself, but I would much rather do it with a person because it makes it look a lot more professional. Do you ever struggle with that?
You know, first of all, here's a little pro tip for people filming themselves, or here's a little pro tip for filming. If you're in the mall and you're filming, you don't need to say, hey guys, we're in the mall. People know. A lot of times I'll see creators and it's like, and again, this is just like my brain, who cares? But they'll be like, all right guys, so I'm gonna finish this up, I'm gonna go in the gym. All right guys, so I'm in the car, we're headed to the gym, I'm just gonna drink this pre-workout. All right guys, we're at the gym. Like I know you're fucking, like I can see you're at the gym. You don't gotta tell me. But no, I think me just being like weird has allowed me to film in public. And like a lot of times I just like, if I need to film in the grocery store or whatever, I'm standing there with my camera, just not saying anything for a second because I'm thinking, I'm like, I need to nail what I'm going to say first take because there's going to be people around me. And if the biggest struggle for me is like, if I mess up, then I have to repeat the same line and people around me can hear that I'm repeating myself. So I try to like really make sure I'm going to get it on like that first take. But no, I think having someone else probably helps because it almost like legitimate, the legitimacy of it increases when you have someone else because you feel like oh, it's like a production, you know?
Yeah,
it's like,
so you feel confident. It's like, I'm like, yeah, motherfucker, like I'm not fucking playing games. This is like real shit.
I've been filming in public for like so long that I just like,
you don't give a fuck, man.
Well, which is crazy because if I go to like an event that I don't know anyone, like I'm just gonna be a wallflower standing in the corner. But like if I need to film a clip in the middle of a grocery store walking through the aisle and there's people, I'd be like, here we go.
Yeah, because just from the content creation part of it, like when I see some of the clips that you get in public, I'm like, this guy doesn't give a fuck. When there's like this one story you and Taylor posted, and you guys were at the airport, and like literally you guys were like,
oh, doing like a TikTok dance or something.
Doing a TikTok dance, like literally in the airport. I don't know if you guys were in line or what. But
yeah, we were in line. Yeah.
It was so funny. I was like, these guys are funny as fuck.
Yeah, it's a little combination of cringe and humor. But again, like I think doing those things where I'm not like bothering other people, where it almost adds entertainment value to it because again, you're like not only just filming me doing this, watching me talk at Costco, you're seeing all the people that are walking by and like looking at the camera and looking at me and stuff, and I'm just like zoned in on the camera. So it's almost like it creates things that are like, like comment worthy things or just, it's kind of adds value, I think, to it.
Sure. Yeah. So I'm going to ask you a question that like I've been asking a lot of people with how much you give to YouTube, right? Effort wise. I think there's been a new rise of type of content creation in like the fitness industry or just maybe just social media in general. What's your current take on the fitness industry? I know like you're not maybe like as in fitness as much, but like with all the people that not like that, me, dude. But with all the people that you see, because you frequent Alpha Land, what's just like your general take of like the stuff that you see?
It's finally been one of those things that like, so when I was coming up and I saw the people before me, like the Paige Hathaway, the Steve Cook, I don't know, all these people, right? And then I was like this YouTuber guy. I now feel what I bet they felt like of like this new wave coming in, and like me, I'm kind of on the way out. Like I see this new wave and I see how the dynamics have changed. I don't know if like, I'm not against it. I'm like a grumpy old man yelling at the cloud at this point because I'm like, people are having success so fast, and it took me years to get to where I'm at, and people are like achieving it so fast, and I feel like they're taking it for granted because of it happened in 6 months, it happened in a year, and I see a lot of potential mistakes they're gonna make. But again, who am I to say? But I mean, the fitness industry itself, it definitely has evolved. You know, I grew up in the teaching people about the importance of fiber and creatine in your YouTube videos, and now it's just like, you know,
what cycle are you blasting?
Exactly,
like,
bro. And if I mean, I've preached my opinion on this many times, but I'm very against the current state of like openness about like steroid use. I think it's like a bad thing to promote to like these, because everyone's like, you know, 17, 18, 19 and just blasting gear.
It's gotten the overall age of the intrigue of the people, or the people that are intrigued in fitness, has gotten a lot lower. Like I see a lot more kids now, which is crazy because, like you said, there's a lot more people promoting just like blasting shit, like their cycles and all that. And I think for me and like for you too, you just understand how impressionable these kids are, because like we spent years of having kids come up to us and saying like how much our videos mean to them and our content in general. So like just by nature, whenever you promote something, like they're gonna try it out. Like, so if you're promoting cycling and all that type of shit, they're just gonna try it out of curiosity.
I guess the issue that I have a little bit is more like when these kids who are just like blasted a bunch of gear have these big followings. I'm like, what value are you actually providing to anyone? Are you just like, look how fucking shredded I am because of like all this gear I'm taking? Like, how is that motivating anyone? How is that like giving people inspiration? Like, but again, but those kids who are watching those videos be like, fuck off, you old man, dude. I'm gonna be fucking shredded. Yeah. I'm like, okay, like whatever.
They're at the age where like they know everything and you can't tell them shit. And like, we're just the old heads that don't know what the fuck we're talking about. And like, they're just like, I mean, this is my era, so like leave me alone. And
you see all these, you know, I say it's weird when I say kids, but like I'm talking like, you know, 19 to 24 or something, right? And these influencers that are coming up and making a lot of money, and I'm more like, you know, maybe you shouldn't be buying all this crazy shit, right? Because like you're gonna peak and you're gonna come down, and if you haven't established like a brand, you're making a lot of money from these brands, but like those brands are gonna get the next popular person, next hot girl that comes along. But again, like someone said something to me one time, they're like if you were making that kind of money at 21, like would you be listening to advice from like me? I'd be like, nah, I'd be buying all sorts of shit.
I feel like at that age too, you think everything is just gonna be on the up and up forever. Like, I
thought that. I mean, I had people for a long time tell me on YouTube, they're like, what are you gonna do when this like YouTube thing like dies out? I'm like, it ain't fucking die now, dude. I was like, people have been telling me that every single year, and look at me now. Like, but I wasn't making anywhere near what these kids are making, you know, now. When I was their age at that stage of my YouTube, but the money also wasn't as like available.
The money now is fucking crazy. You talk to some of these young kids, you can talk to some of these young kids and figure out what they're making like on a monthly basis from like sponsorships and shit. I'm like, kudos to you, man. I think the demo has just gotten younger, so a lot of these kids are like just fucking fanatics. Like the people that support them, it's just like when they get like a code, they just fucking support and hammer the shit out of that code.
Well, I mean, and again, it's like probably what I would do is now a lot of the people, the younger generation who's making all this success from any of the brands, it doesn't matter which one it is, but like if they're having a lot of success from it, like you look at any of their stories, 90% of their stories every day are about this brand. I'm like, bro, your whole identity is this other company. And in your mind, you're like, I'm making $50K a month in commission from this brand. I was like, you know what's even cooler? How much that brand is making off of you. I was like, you know, but like, you got to have your identity.
That's a good observation, because one thing I've noticed is that like it's more so about the brand than it is the influencer. And it's weird because it's like, bro, like be the personality. Like I think I've said it a couple times on Twitter, but I'm like, bro, like everyone's IG stories are boring as fuck. It's always like pushing a code. There's no like actual I guess like for the individual, there's no brand building. Like with you, whenever you're coming up, I remember there was like guaranteed shit that would be in a Maxx IG story. There would be you. I think you used to do like the back it up shit whenever like you'd hear the trucks backing it up.
Back that ass up.
You're gonna get Chipotle. Like you just had staples.
Now you just get dude morning every morning.
Yeah, exactly. So like now it's a little bit different. Now it's just like, yo, this company's having a sale. Push my code. Yo, code. Yo, another launch coming up. Yo, code.
And it's working for them though.
Yeah, it's working. Yeah. You can't really say anything when it's working. You you could just give the advice that you could give. But if you could talk to like any of these well, first of all, are you fans of any of these new guys or new people?
I mean, I guess I respect the hustle and how fast they've come up. You know, I've had some interviews with like Sush from works with the Young LA and Gorilla. And
he's different from. At first, he was like the younger guys, and then like he just like wisened up super fast.
Yeah, he has
a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah, and I see a lot of these younger people coming up, and what's cool is a lot of them are like, yo, I used to watch your videos. They're always like, I used to watch your videos. Like I used to watch your videos like a while back, and I'm like, bro, if you take anything, I was like, just please, like I get you're making a lot of money, and I don't want to tell you what to spend your money on, but I'm like, just do not blow your money on shit, because I understand that like it's already to the phase in the younger generation that like everyone is blasting all this gear because they need to be the most shredded, the biggest out of all the hundreds of other ones. And now it's like, who can prove how much money they're making more than the other person? And it's almost like a flex contest between a lot of these people of like, who can buy the newest car every time it comes out. And I'm just like, bro, it don't matter. Like, don't blow all your money. Cause I would just hate to see someone who like says nice things about me and is like, yo, I used to watch you, like you inspired me to start YouTube, to them like, you know, in 3 years blowing all their money, and like the sponsorships kind of slow down because the next them came in who's blasting more gear and like can. I
think that's the thing with these new guys. Like they come in fast. It's just hopefully they don't leave out fast. Like,
I'm essentially just I'm an old head just yelling at the new generation.
It's just like observing the game because like I mean we're part of the game too, so we're just like watching like new blood come in, and it's like hopefully that you could make that last for 4, 5.
It makes
years.
You like, I don't know if angry is the word, but you know, if I put in 6, 7, 8 years to get to a point where I'm like doing well for myself, and then you see people in 6 months get to that same level, you're almost like, what the fuck?
Doesn't make you mad though? Because that was gonna be another question.
I'm like, do I suck?
No, because you put in a lot of effort. Because I've run into this like a little bit, not so much anger, but it's like you put in a lot of effort to the content part of it, right? And on TikTok or even Instagram, I swear, like some kid could literally just with their phone go like that, 1 million views.
You should have recorded that right there.
Yeah, I should have. 1 million views.
I know.
Meanwhile, you like fucking go through the due process. You put this amazing edit together, maybe 50K views.
Yeah.
How does that make you mad? Like, how do you feel when
it's not like a mad or frustration? I kind of like, it's like I'm joking when I say it like makes me angry, but it's more of just, I guess you can see the landscape has changed so much because like, you know how long it took. Like, you know, back when we were starting YouTube, it was just like, oh, if I keep putting out content, it'll slowly grow each month. I'm not overanalyzing views or anything, but it's just like, yeah, I average X views. And then if I keep uploading, I'll grow a little bit and it's going to average this view. And you just keep growing or growing. And now you see people that upload them doing like the whoa on freaking TikTok. And then in a month, they have 1 million YouTube subscribers. And you're like, oh, why am I thinking up concepts for videos? Why am I doing all this stuff? And it could just be like, maybe you're not as cool as you fucking think you are, dude.
Yeah, exactly. So how do you...
It's a reality slap.
Is there like any new stuff that you like been... Has your content game changed at all? Like watching these new guys? Or
no, that's the biggest part. I'll sit here and be like, why are my views going down? But it's like, Max, have you done anything to change your content at all? No. So you haven't and I'm not gonna.
Yeah. So when you watch these new guys, there's nothing that you take like... Because, okay, so I'll give you like an insight into like what I'm about to do, right? So, Jesus. At some point, I'm going to go sit down with Duhan and we're going to analyze like the current playing field. And we're going to try our best to stay authentic to what we currently do. But also we're going to try to add in different elements of what the other successful TikTokers or Instagrammers or YouTubers are doing at the moment.
You know, this might sound like a kind of a shitty way to think about it, but I'm almost like, I'm so in love with content creation, but I'm so over it at the same time that I'm like, this is how I make my content. And yeah, I'm going to continue to bitch and moan about it if it goes down and how cool my videos are and everyone should like watch them and stuff. But I'm like, I'm not going to try to play with the algorithm. I'm not going to try to like make these like challenge things. I've been doing this for a long time and it's kind of to my detriment, but like I make content for people who already watch my content. And that's the problem. Like I make videos for people who have already watched my videos, who get the references. I'll talk about things that I did 3 videos ago. And if you just come into one of my vlogs,
you're gonna be lost.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, what is this? And my goal is like, oh, people want to kind of get involved, but because at the end of the day, I was like, if someone like myself who, you know, came from the started from the bottom on social media, built up this thing, you know, in the fitness community, built up a lot of strength, competed, did all these things, you know, made my impact in the fitness world. And then in my vlogs, I'm like, okay, let me start these brands. Let me start a candy company, show you the ringers on like everything that goes through a candy company. No one else is doing that, period. And I was like, and I'm going to provide value. I'm going to give you all these things. And I was like, and if that type of content can't take off, and it's like, you'd rather me fill my house with playground balls and shit, I was like, then I'm over this like social media shit. Like, it's like, this is valuable content, I think, for people. And for me, the way that YouTube and social media fits into my life and in my schedule with like work and my relationship and my like, my balance of it, this is essentially like how I have to let it like live for me to like not lose my mind or like get overstressed about it. Cause I'm like, for me, it's like, oh, I need to film a vlog for Sunday. I know on Friday, like I can film a vlog. It's not like I don't have to stress about it, think up topics, think up, you know, key talking points. I'm just like, no, I'll just film what I do. Like I got it. Like,
that's interesting because to me, like that was gonna be another question because I know that you've kind of like, I don't know how much you've transitioned out of fitness. Cause I do remember you made that one video, like you were kind of like done with that space or whatever. But like you have a personality to where you could easily do those type of like super popular, like trendy videos. No, which is funny.
See, I thought that when TikTok came out and it was like little like quirky things, I was like, oh, I'll crush on this. Cause I was like, I'm like a funny guy. Right. Yeah. But I realized that my humor is in like situational, like environments with other people. Like you have to say something and then like you say something and my Rolodex of like jokes spins in half a second and then I have a comeback. I can't like think up little funny skits, you know, to do for TikTok and stuff. And I think for me is like, I've been doing the social media thing for a long time. And because of that, I've done well for myself and I've started these other businesses. So it's like, why would I want to put in this extra layer of stress with content creation if I'm not, the future for me is these businesses. It's not trying to be a bigger influencer, period. And I already make plenty of money from being an influencer. I have my loyal audience. I have brands that will far outgrow anything I could possibly make on YouTube. Yeah. So it's like, why stress about it? Like, why even do it? You know, like focus on sour strips. Do the social media thing that's easy, convenient for you. You're still clearly, you can watch any of my videos and you can clearly see that I'm putting in effort. The quality's there. So I know I'm not dipping. So I'm like, I'm going to give you good content. I'm going to make it what's simple for me to film. If you want to keep up my life, let's do it. And I'm going to run these businesses and I'm not going to stress. Yeah. That's the way I live.
We'll talk about your vlogs and keeping up with your life. Like when I was first watching you, you're living out in Virginia, right? So what, cause you were obviously in Houston. What brought you down to Houston? Cause that was, how long ago was that when you moved over?
We'll say it's 2019. It was really December of 2018, but it was Christian. I mean, I visited Texas so much after Christian and I we met in 2014 and then probably like wasn't until 2016 I really started traveling down here frequently and I would stay for like a week, 2 weeks at a time. Cause back then, you know, everyone didn't have these businesses to this level and like, you know, it'd be like 2 p.m. like, dude, let's go see a fucking movie, you know, let's go do whatever. Let's go to the bar tonight at Wednesday. Like everyone had like no schedule. It was simpler times when everyone was making less money, which I sometimes I'm like, we should go back to that. And, but everyone was younger, less responsibilities. And, so I always knew that I was going to eventually move to Texas. It just made sense. I was like, a lot of my buddies are here. Everyone is, you know, creating content and in Virginia, no knock to any of like, you know, Peter and all my friends there, but like most of them were 9 to 5 workers. And during the day I was essentially by myself, like, you know, cause I was just doing nothing. Right. And then at 5, we'd all meet up at District Barbell. We'd have a great time and I loved it. But I wanted to be surrounded by people who were doing the same shit as me. Yeah. And so Christian hit me up one day and was like, yo, we need to move into a new warehouse for Alpha Elite and I'm going to get a new office, but for the second office, there's like a lot of warehouse space we don't need. You should move down and split the warehouse with me. And I was like, well, bro, like my lease for my gym doesn't end for another year and my lease for my apartment doesn't end for another like 6 months. He's like, so that's like a Christian thing to say, right? I'd be like, well, that's like, you know, 45 grand and stuff. And he was just like, bro, you'll make more of that. Just like come down. And I like thought about it a lot. And I can't even remember what went through my head of like being like, yeah, I'll spend because I knew I could get out of my apartment lease. I knew I was like, okay, I could probably sublease this. But the gym,
it's like
my share was like $3,500 a month. So it was like, I'm gonna move to Texas.
God damn, what the fuck,
bro?
Your share was $3,500.
Bro, it was like almost $8,000 for 4,000 square feet in Northern Virginia,
man,
and for a shitty, trust me,
bro.
terrible. Don't ever build a gym in Northern Virginia.
God damn.
But I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I'll eat this $3,500 a month for the next year. Because I didn't try, even with my two business partners, I didn't want to be the guy.
Fuck them over.
Well, because a lot of people were like, oh, just get someone to take your share of the gym. And I was like, yeah, but like we started with 2 people. And for me to be like, hey, here's someone random, I don't know how you're going to like them or whatever. I thought that would be a dick move on my end. And I was like, it's my decision. I should eat it. So I paid my rent for a year, and it ended up being the best decision ever. You know, Mona moved down with me and didn't know anyone. And we moved here. And
was Mona moving down like a strategic? It's like, hey, like I'm gonna move down here. I would like for you to move down with me. Or
it was so I had like 2 people kind of like helping me, like very part time. I had Mona and this other guy Kevin, and Kevin ended up not being able to work out that he could come down. And with Mona, she was like always kind of moving around, and so she was just like, yeah, I'm used to moving. Like I'd be down to move, like whatever. And I was like, I don't have that much work for you to do. I can't pay you very much at all because there's not any work. There's like 2 hours of work to do at most. Like, and it's like, hey, the 10 orders a day we're getting Forever Forward takes an hour, and then I got like 2 emails to do. It's really like my YouTube was like my main focus, and that took a lot of I was putting out like 3 videos a week, so it was like that took a lot more of my time. And so she was just like, yeah, like whatever. I'll like, if it doesn't work out, I'll just move back or move somewhere else. And I was like, okay.
Yeah.
And so she took a leap on the brand and me, and, you know, came down here and ended up, you know, now she does really well. Met all of her best friends are like in the inner circle. And it was just like a really, thing that just worked out. So
so like how everything played out eventually, right? Because we're going to get into this later. Like, how the relationships are right now, if you knew it would get to this point, or like however it is now, do you think you still would have made that decision?
Yeah, because I guess you can't plan. And I think what you're alluding to is how, like, you know, you moved down here because there's so many people, and now it's like no one really hangs out. Is that like kind of what it's right. I guess you can't plan for the future of like people growing up and people like evolving as people. And it's not like you stop being boys or friends with people, but like, it's just as you get older, you do different things, right? And like I joked about, like, you know, when I would come down to visit Texas, it was like, oh, we can do whatever we want all day, every day, and no one had any responsibilities. Yeah. You know, do I wish no one created successful businesses so we could fucking, you know, go to the AMC at 10 a.m., you know, on a Tuesday?
That should be wild as fuck, because it's weird, because we used to do the same like, so we would finish working out Alphalete and then literally go catch a movie at Studio Movie Grill.
Yeah, but like life was simple, and there was
nothing to do.
But also the world wasn't in this like everyone needs to level up like crazy. It was just, oh, you know, we were, I mean, what, you making a couple grand extra, a couple of grand a month, you're more than enough to live on, you know, and you were like, yeah, I'm doing great. Like I just keep making my videos, and because you're like, outside of making YouTube videos, if I don't have to film today and I have the video already done, like I have nothing to do tomorrow. Yeah. Like I don't need to film. I can do whatever. Yeah. Like whatever. And now you're like, if I'm not, I feel bad if I like, you know, one of my buddies, Cornelius, he'll like hit me up sometimes because now I'm working from home.
Oh
he's
shit,
like,
Corn.
Yeah, you know,
okay,
Corn.
Okay.
So he's one of my buddies that I play Fortnite with. And he'll hit me up some randomly if I'm working from home. He'll be on Discord or something and be like, yo, like we should, like, let's play a game. I'm like, bro, it's like, I'm working. He's like, yeah, just like take a break and play a game. I was like, I can't. He's like, what do you mean you can't? I was like, I don't know. I feel kind of weird if I'm like playing Fortnite in the middle of the day when like my employees are working. And he's like, that's why you have employees, to do this shit so you can do other stuff. I was like, yeah, but it's not so I can play Fortnite. Like, and it's weird because like you want the freedom to do whatever and you want employees, but I still feel guilty if I do anything that isn't as much as work as possible during the like very normal hours that people should be working. Yeah. Whereas like the whole point of working for yourself is so you can do whatever you want at any time.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
but I'm still like a slave to the clock, you know?
Yeah,
like,
it's like a fine balance, I would say. Like even with like the friends working a lot. Because I watched your most recent YouTube video. You were talking about how like everyone's just kind of grown up and like kind of they have like different responsibilities, so they're not able to hang out as much. in an honest way, like how much does that affect you? Because you seem to be someone that like your friendships really are important to you, which like that sounds fucking crazy to say out loud, but like because some people are alone.
Unlike everyone else, I really like my friends.
You know, like so like what do you define or how do you define a friend?
That's a good question, bro. I guess it's like if anyone hits me up, if you hit me up and you're like, yo, dude, like let's grab dinner tonight. There has to be something crazy going on for me to not be like, yeah, like absolutely.
Okay.
And I feel like no matter what level of success I get to, I want to be able to like, if someone wants to do something with me or like I want to do something, like I want to be able to like, I'll move like my schedule around to do something.
Yeah.
You know, even like you hit me up to do this podcast, right? I didn't have like a scheduled plan day to day, but I was like, now no matter what, like I'm fucking going to do this podcast with like Russ, right? Because I want to do it. And it's like, I guess my idea of friendship is like wanting to get together all the time or like on a regular basis where, you know, it's like, you know, I'm good friends with Joe Benedettini. And, you know, we work out together, which is a strange world that, you know, Joe's my lifting partner. Yeah. But like, you know, on like pretty much every Thursday, like me, him and my girlfriend will go get dinner. And on like on Sundays, it's like, oh, let's go do something. You want to go see a movie or something? But like, you know, a lot of my other friends, I'm like, when was the last time I went to a movie with anyone? When was the last time I went to like, you know, grab dinner? That doesn't mean we're not friends. It's just more, I'm like, why is the dynamic changed so much?
And it's crazy because like literally they're all right there.
Yeah.
Like I don't, for the people listening, like, okay, so like Alphaland, you guys are more in the Alphaland area. I have my own ecosystem, but corrupted, but like, I don't even know how you guys don't even, I'm sure you guys run into each other in the gym and shit, but like literally you guys are like in the same gym. Yeah. Like your offices are like literally like butt fucking each other. Like, so going back to like your Virginia friends, do you think like if you were there and you hit them up to hang out on a consistent basis, do you think that they would hang out with you versus like the people here in Houston? Yeah.
And it's a weird thing. Cause like, it sounds like I'm hitting people up and they're like, nah.
I mean, we could be real. Like sometimes like, cause I had the same situation. I literally had the same situation with my best friend. Like, and it kind of hurt cause I was sitting in bed and he hit me cause he's going back to Miami. Shout out to Josh. He's going back to Miami. Got a full-time job. Super proud of him. He was hitting me up like he's been home for like a long ass time, like literally like across the street from me, kept hitting me up like, yo, like what's moves? Do you want to do anything? And he would hit me. He's like, yo, I'm literally just like sitting here doing nothing, like in the apartment. And I felt so bad because I'm just like, I didn't go out of my way to make any plans with him. And he'd be like, yo, are we doing anything tonight? I'm just like, no, I'm like sleeping. And I didn't even like think twice, but I'm like, fuck, I didn't make any time for my best fucking friend.
I guess it's just, you just got to accept that like times are changing. And I guess, you know, I get a little frustrated. It's like, I'm going this Tuesday, I'm going to Mexico, going to Cancun, my girlfriend.
I saw the whole fiasco.
That was some Spain shit, but I'm getting back from Mexico and then going immediately to Spain. I'm gone for like 2 weeks.
Okay.
But I wanted to go on this Mexico trip and we were originally supposed to go like last month, July, June. Yeah. Early June or something.
Okay.
And, like a month and a half before, I was like, hey, you know, because we're going to go back to the same resort that we went last year. It's me and Taylor. And I was like, it'd be great if we could get like a bunch of our friends to come. Because like we had a great time. The resort's nice. It's not crazy expensive. And, you know, the way I look at it is I was like, we got a good group of friends. I know everyone can afford it. I know everyone makes their own schedule. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to book this trip for me and Taylor. And then instead of trying to be like what dates work for you? Does this place look good to people? I was like, hey guys, here's the dates we're going. Here's the flight number we're on. Here's the resort. Here's how much it's going to cost. Here's the room that we got. Here's all the details. Yeah. Taylor and I are going. We'd love if y'all, like, you know, all 6 groups, whatever, come. Here's a month and a half heads up.
Yeah.
No one fucking wanted it. Could come for I'm like, whatever reason. Then I pushed the trip back, which costed me $500 more to push this trip back.
Why you push it back?
Because people are like, oh, that date, last minute, people are like, oh, this something came up. I was like, all right. Yeah. I'm going to push it back a month, guys. Still no one. Yeah. And I'm just like, and I told Taylor that we were driving. I was like, what if it's it? No one actually wants to fucking hang out with us. I was like,
that sucks. Cause so one of my things that I don't like doing is putting myself out there. Yeah. So like, I hate rejection. Like that's like one of my like things I hate. So like,
by the way, dude, if you want to come to Mexico, we're leaving on Tuesday. Okay.
I'm going to be in Puerto Rico this weekend.
Shit. All right.
Okay. So, but like for me, like putting myself out there so aggressively like that, like I don't even do that because I hate like hearing like people's excuses as to why they can't like hang out with me.
Well, I was too tired of like.
I feel you.
Well,
it's because that's a really mature way of going about it. It's like I'm giving these motherfuckers no excuse.
Well, the situation you said with your buddy, how you're like, I felt bad for not hitting him up, but like sometimes I'll go in the city or visit an area and I'm like, I have a very specific thing I need to do, and then my friend will be like, bro, like why didn't you hit me up or something? And I'm like, well, I had shit to like, I had to get done. It wasn't like I was like avoiding you. So for this one, I was like, look, I was like, I'm telling y'all where we're going to be. You have plenty of time.
Yeah.
No one's coming.
Does that make you restructure?
My friends? Yeah, I fucking delete everyone on my phone.
Because for me, like, I think, because maybe I'm just more sensitive, but for me, like, I obviously have like my core group of friends that I fuck with, and like we literally, it's so hard to like link on the same time. Like basically the same situation. Like someone laid out a trip a month in advance. I was like, I already know I can't make that shit. Other guys like probably can't make it, but I'll see what to do. Other guys like I can't make it. And that happens on a consistent basis. Even when we're fucking here, like Shawley had the Naka weekend thing. I literally just could not go to any of that shit. And it's literally like down the street, right over here. But I like had my own ecosystem to take care of. But does that make you, I guess at a time, almost question like how close you are to individuals? Because for me personally, like sometimes, like if it's not outside of my personal friend group, I'm like, damn, like I'm not sure how much like we fuck with each other. Because there are those friends where you don't have to talk to them on a consistent basis. When you like, I got this friend from high school. I haven't seen him since she got married. If I saw her tomorrow, we literally pick up like nothing happened. We don't even hit each other.
That's what I was talking about before this episode. Whereas like I have that relationship with a lot of my buddies from Virginia who are moved, or whatever. And it's like no time has passed, and I love that about it. But I was like, I shouldn't have that same relationship with the people that live 10 miles away from me. Like it shouldn't be like, bro, dude, we haven't seen each other in 8 months, but it feels like it's just yesterday. I'd be like, bro, we go to the same Chipotle down the street, bro. And you know, I got a comment that I made, and it's like more of like, I don't want it to come off like depressing, but I was like, you know, maybe I want to hang out and do things with my friends more than my friends want to hang out. Like maybe it's like maybe my idea of friendship is hanging out a lot more often, and other people's, and it's not one is better than the other, you know.
Just different ideas of
in a perfect world. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we should link up, you know.
Yeah,
a couple times a month, once a month.
Yeah,
right? Like,
that's why I asked you like, what's your idea of like what a friend is? Because like I sometimes, because I don't hang out with like my close friends like that on a consistent basis, but like once every like 2 months or so, we might link together and see each other physically. But it sucks because it always feels so good. Like, you know, when you leave after seeing someone for a long time, you're like, damn, that felt good. Like, why can't we do this? Like,
well, and not like the you know, the super depressing side of it, but it's also like, bro, look at all these people that are like, you know, was it Joey Aesthetics?
Joey Aesthetics, yeah.
Pat,
you never know when someone's time might come, so it sucks because you're just like, bro, like, I wish maybe we could have like worked a little bit harder to link. I know what you're talking about.
It's like, I mean, Garrett from Aesthetics and stuff. It's like, I mean, it's just, and I'm not saying like, I'm thinking everyone's going to, you know, pass away unexpectedly, but like, you don't know.
Yeah,
and it's like, and it's like, if you're just not doing it because you're like, God, I'd rather just fucking lay and watch Netflix and stuff, like, that's where I think if you have good decisions or something, or just be honest with me, be like, look, dude, we're not as close as you think we are. Like, I don't want to go to fucking Mexico with you. Like, just tell me. Like, and I'll be like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Damn. So, but with everyone's businesses growing and getting bigger, like we are surrounded by a unique group of individuals. Like I would say, like out of the fitness industry, I mean, we have to have the most unique like ecosystem here in Houston.
I think the fitness industry itself is such a unique snowflake of how many people have built businesses, and like if you looked at any, like you look at the beauty industry, you're like, okay, I get that, but like the fact that all these fitness influencers are making like brands that have nothing to do with fitness out of anyone. Yeah. Like beauty gurus are going to make beauty products, right? But like in all these other, you know, tech people are going to make tech products, but it's like when all these fitness influencers are coming out with random shit, sunglasses, energy drinks, candy, you're like, what? And like they're so business savvy. I'm like, well, what is this world, man?
Do you ever feel like you're behind when you're like with like your social friend groups? I've heard you say that you've compared yourself to other people a decent amount of times.
Yeah, I mean, I think people always do, and like maybe even if they don't think they are, because I mean, it's not like you're trying to like, you know, dick measure with people, but you almost think, you know, it's like kind of a relation to that story of like my friend asked me to play Fortnite middle of the day, right? Let's say I meet up with a buddy and they're like just crushing in their business. In my head, and I'm like, I should have never played Fortnite that day. You know, like I'm like, maybe that's because he's not doing this shit, or maybe it's because he's not going to Mexico. But no, I think it's like you got to understand what your target audience is and your lane is. And, you know, I'm sure it can get frustrating if, you know, I'll just the most common business people start clothing, right? It is probably frustrating to see I sell clothing that is very similar to someone else's and they're having way more success. And you're like, almost like, why? But not in a like, fuck that guy or, you know, fuck this girl. It's like more like, what are they doing that like isn't taking it off for me? But it's like the same. My shit's just as good as their shit.
Yeah,
I'm just as cool.
I think it's because we're so close to it. It becomes frustrating because it's like, what am I doing different? Because when you're looking at like another clothing company from like all the way over there, you're like, I mean, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes, but you know what's going on behind the scenes with everyone else. So you're like, what the fuck is what's making
the secret sauce?
Yeah, what's the secret sauce? Like, there's no difference. But like, okay, so the clothing stuff, like obviously you have EF, right? What are some like the hurdles that you've had? Because I feel like a lot of people think that everything is just smooth sailing and there's no like mistakes or hiccups. Because like with Bart, I was just with Bart maybe like 2 weeks, maybe 3 or a month ago actually. And we were literally just trading stories, like horror stories about just like launches, like not having certain things like ready to go, like all this kind of stuff. And then, I think someone was with me. They're like, damn, like I thought that was just unique to us. I'm like,
no, bro. The amount of that's why when anyone wants the reason people get into clothing is not only is it I think one of the lowest barriers of entry. It's very easy to start a clothing company, right? It's like it's very simple to, even if some people think it's really complicated, but like to find a manufacturer, to get some samples, to start a product, right? But the bar has been set for the quality so much higher than back then. You could start with kind of shitty because that's just like you didn't know any better and you're like always improving. Where now you got to come out of the gate with Lulu level, you know, shit, right? Yeah. Whenever people say they want to get into clothing, I'm always like, don't.
Really?
Yeah, because and not to crush people's dreams. I was like, you better love clothing, and you better not just love it, but like actually love it. Like actually love it, because it's such a annoying process. And something the public probably doesn't understand is that and I probably the same for you, any clothing brand you see, we'll just go with influencer-based clothing brands. Every launch that they have, there is a problem with that launch that the audience doesn't know about. And I'll go through some of the problems that people like would have no idea. Like a lot of times when people are like, it's an oversized, relaxed fit, that means they fucked up the measurements and it came in too big, and now they got to do that. Like when someone's like, hey, here's a shirt, but I would recommend you size up. Why the fuck would you create a shirt where you have to tell people to size up? Well, you know, that means it's probably an incorrect size chart. They fucked up something and you're just relaying that. A lot of times the colors of something is not the color you were supposed to get. There's some sort of a thing with it that's a defect that was not supposed to, like, there's so many problems. A lot of times people are launching stuff when it's not even in their warehouse because they thought it was, but they already announced the launch date and there's delays. And you're like, guys, we got so many orders, there might be a delay in packaging, but really that's because the shit's not even in our warehouse, you know? And it's like, you're doing what you can. You're probably relating to a lot of these, dude.
Bro, every fucking launch. And it sucks because, like, I think because, like, what sucks is that, like, you have, like, now that I have employees, they're kind of like, bro, like, goddamn, like, every goddamn launch. I'm like, bro, I mean, that's just.
Whenever someone's like, we made it really tapered at the ankle because you guys asked for that. Like, that means, no, they fucked up the measurement. It's way too tight at the ankle. And, like, think about it. Like,
that's fucking funny.
Why would you, like, yeah, it could be like, oh, size up if you want an oversized look, which, you know, in reality, it's like, of course you would size up for a bigger size, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you're like, I would recommend, if you're in medium, I would recommend for this shirt to go with a large. It's like, why would you create a shirt where a medium people need to order a large? It's like, it's because it's messed up. Like, it is.
You know, it's so funny. One of our, like, for whatever reason, our best selling product is like our tank tops, right?
Yeah.
Like a lot of
which
brands.
Which is wild, bro, because tank tops are like one of the lowest, like slowest sellers for anyone.
Yeah, which is so funny, right? So like our tank tops are fucked up, actually.
Really?
Like, yeah, when we started selling tank tops like a year and a half ago, and it did okay.
These are like your wife beater ones, right?
Yeah, the wife beater ones. Yeah, it didn't do anything too crazy, but it was funny because like we sent. I mean, you know how it works. Like we sent some samples off, we got some back, and our manufacturer's like, oh, like I made them better. I was like, I didn't ask you to do that. I just asked you to like.
He's like, get better today, right?
Yeah, right.
Better, bro.
I just asked you to like, you know, put together this certain type of tank top, and they sent some other shit back. And I put it on. I was like, why the fuck are my titties out? Like my fucking nipples are showing and shit. Like this is not fitting right. But then like I looked at it, I was like, I mean, it's you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna sell it. I ain't got enough time to like do more R&D. So we put it out. It did okay. And then over some time, like I don't know what happened exactly. I think it's just I kept wearing it. It just exploded. And it's funny because I saw other companies start selling the tanks. Yeah. And I could see it because I'm like, tank tops are not supposed to look like that. Like the way that our wife beaters are supposed to fit. Like you wear a wife beater normally, it just fits a certain type of way. You can literally see it. I'm like, yeah, that's our silhouette. But to be honest with you, I mean, that product was a fucked product. Like it was fucked up.
What's crazy is when you've been doing clothing creation for a long time and you've gone through the sample process and then you finally get like the final sample, when you put something on, it's like, it's in the first half second, you're gonna go, something's not right. Like you just know, and you're like, you have to get bust out the measuring tape, and the manufacturer will be like, no, it's correct. You're like, I know how it should feel, and it's not how it feels. And then you like, so there's always something wrong, but it's interesting to see like, you know, people have success from it and kind of evolve from it. And I don't say people are like, you know, there's something wrong as if people are trying to like deceive people, but it's like when you get into it, like, you know, do I either admit these tiny little mistakes that no one's going to care about anyway, that it's like slightly smaller, or just move on, try to improve from it. But clothing is a very stressful business, a lot of overhead, and, you know, everyone wants their business to grow really big, but the bigger you grow your business, the more headaches that you have. And look at a company like, you know, Alpha League. Christian is very public about that. He's like, you know, they did like $100 million. Do you know how much capital you need for inventory on a day to just have that, bro? I mean, the man's probably got tens of millions of dollars of inventory just sitting in a warehouse. Like you have to have so much capital, so much like returns, issues, you know, and like every body is different. So nothing's going to, you know, you essentially probably make clothes that fit you perfectly. Yeah. I have to take myself out of the sampling process. Cause like, I'm like, I can't go off of how it fits on my body because my body's like, I got fucked up proportions. Like, well, that's why, like, when I'll try, I mean, I'll, you know, anyone's joggers, you know, anyone's, and like, they give me their jogger, right? And if I'm like, damn, dude, this is a little snug on my calf, I think I'm like, bro, I have small calves. I was like, this is going to be cutting someone's circulation off their legs. Or like when I do a sample, I'm like, okay, it's like, I'm like, as this is going to sound like a little joke, but I was like, I have like pretty large forearms. And I'm like, if it's tight on my forearms, I was like, it's going to be like a good size for people who like normal. But if it's like tight on my biceps, I have small biceps. It's going to be way too small for the average person who lifts. So it's like, you have to like take yourself, but then like know where your strong points, your weak points are, and almost like make the variance like kind of in between. Yeah. Is candy like that? Is it like as like annoying? Candy, so Sour Strips definitely has its own struggles, right? And its own like, you know, perks of like pros and cons of like running a business. But I will definitely take the pros and cons of a consumable, like repeated purchase type of thing over clothing any day. Because when I really think about it, man, I gotta give you props, bro. Sour Strips is fucking, no, I'm being so serious. Like, I think we go through, like, Izzy, bro, this nigga got this shit like everywhere. It's in this gas station right next. Yeah, I picked these up. It had like some mango sour strips. Like I don't think, for those of you guys that maybe don't know who Maxx is, like he owns sour strips and it's like literally fucking everywhere. You could go right now, like pause this podcast and go to your gas station or go to like a grocery store. It's gonna be there. Like it's probably gonna be there, which is insane. Like, do you ever step back and just like be like, I'm him type shit? You know, dude, that's like whenever I've just started learning about this I'm him thing. Or just like, do you ever just be like, damn, like I'm makes me think of Drake, bro. Like, I don't know, like damn, like I'm really out here like on some Willy Wonka shit. Like, you know, yeah, but it's still like, you still are comparing yourself. I mean, like Sour Strips is, you know, I worked my ass off with Everforward for, we'll call it at the peak was 2019 was like our highest revenue, and it's dipped significantly because of Sour Strip's success, right? Yeah. But that peak that we got to in 2019 with Everforward, that was me like day and night putting in the work for Everforward. And that company, you know, got to this point. And in 4 years, you know, and now I'm doing like 3x a month what Everforward did in its peak year. And it's like, so it's, you would think, be like, whoa, dude, that's like, you should be like so proud of yourself and like crushing it. But I'm still like, no, I'm not, we're not where it need to be. And I'm like light years beyond. And I was so proud. Everforward, like when we first like crossed over like a mill, I was like, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
And you know, Sour Strips with these crazy milestones, and I'm like, okay, all right, yeah, but like I got some other shit I got to worry about. Like it's sometimes it's tough to take a step back and be like,
do you compare yourself at all to the other people in the space? Like, I don't know who the fuck do you compete? So you got Sour Strips.
I mean, there's a lot of like the big conglomerate brands, like the Mondelez who owns, you know, Sour Patch, and you know, you have the Ferraras that own like the Trolleys, and there's always parent companies that own a couple different brands, you know, Hershey's, you know, who owns Twizzlers and Jolly Rancher and shit like that. And yeah, you can compare yourself, but I mean, you're an ant in their world. Like, you know, they're Godzilla. There have been some other brands that I get a lot of motivation from. Kind of in the candy alternative space. This girl, Tara Bosch, who started Smart Sweets, who's, you know, it's candy, but it's like a candy alternative. It's for the people who like want like a healthier candy type of thing, which we're not technically in, but we're in the same category. But she, you know, exited after 4 years with like a $350 million. Like, so it's like, I look at stuff like that, and they were doing like $100 million in revenue, like year 3 or something. Now they took on a lot of capital, but I look at that as like, look how far I can take this. Right. But,
would you want to cash out like that?
For $350 million?
Yeah, I mean, because I mean,
yes.
like, yeah, because like businesses are meant to, like, you build a business up to be bought out eventually.
Well, I mean, there's different ways to kind of like think about it. I'd say the number one question I get asked for Sour Strips is like, would you ever sell Sour Strips? Which is wild, because maybe it's because it's like a product that's in this like unique space, because I've never been asked that about clothing ever. Yeah. But like day one, it was like, would you sell it? Would you sell it? How much would you sell it for? How much would you sell it? And I'm like, and it's like, I don't wake up every day hoping there's an email from like, you know, we'd like to buy your company. I'm like, I'm just going to keep my head down and stay focused. I think we're making noise drastically in this space.
Yeah, y'all are. Like, I feel like, because another thing that like, what is that called? Like, I mean, product placement, but like, is it merchandising? I don't fucking know. It's like where the product is placed in the grocery store.
I mean, I don't know if it's the exact term, but it would just be like, I mean, so a lot of people may not know that like for every aisle of a grocery store, those are all in things called like planograms and like sets. And those things are only, they call them resets. They generally do them once a year or maybe every other year. So for you to get in these big stores like a Target, whatever, not only is it a long process to get in, but they're making their decisions like a year before. So when someone's like, we're launching in, like when we launched in June in Target of 21, we actually talked to them in October of 20. So it took like, you know, 8 months to get in. But all of the products, when you walk down an aisle, all of those products, could be chips, juice, whatever. All of that is like planned. They know how many spaces you're going to get. They know where you're going to be. Are you going to be eye level? Or are you going to be at the bottom? And the buyer for those categories decide that. Now, when you get to the ends, they're called like end caps. And those ones, generally companies are paying to be on those shelves. Okay. Yeah. Or there's things called like flex space, where the store may have 10 end caps that they can just put whatever product they want, and no one's paying. They can just put like, hey, if it sells really well, let's put more product of it. So it's definitely like a very intricate process to get into these stores, and it's a much more like daunting task to do it. So when you look at like the amount of stores, so I mean, this will be a podcast exclusive for you, dude. Really? When does this podcast go up?
Next Monday. Next
Monday. So I haven't announced to anyone, but like an out of left field that I'm super proud of, but like an out of left field new retailer we're going into. We just locked in Hobby Lobby.
Really?
They have 1,000 stores.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be in every single Hobby Lobby like in like 3 weeks. Like it's
shit. Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, dude. Thanks, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Do you ever take time to just like?
Well, I'm saying with that store, we're gonna be in we'll be in like 8,000 stores. Fuck. And to get into that amount of stores is like so crazy, because now I'm getting into the space. When I started the brand, it was like, I'm going to create this, you know, D2C direct consumer candy brand online. Right. And I'm like, no one's been able to do it. Right. I'm going to do it. And we had a lot of success on the first like year or two, and we had a lot of growth for that. But then it started trickling down because people want to buy candy in the stores. Right. So starting a brand, like whether it be an energy drink company, whether it be supplements, whether it be candy, you can have this like really big success and like launch online, and your following is going to support it, and you're going to have some crazy numbers. But the real challenge is getting distribution. Getting distribution is the single hardest thing to do. And the fact that Sour Strips has been able to get almost 10,000 doors in less than 4 years.
Yeah.
Without a sales, I'm the sales team. There's the stores have come to us. There's no one out here like every day. Like I contacted these stores.
Is that the power of social media or?
Yeah. Sour Strips has been a success for a lot of factors. I contribute a lot of it was a great idea, great product,
the design,
great branding,
and it was branding and design is fucking
I launched
nice.
it at the peak of my career.
Yeah.
I didn't know that 2019 on my 30th birthday. I didn't know. So I had this really intricate launch. It was like the perfect way to execute it.
It was good. I remember we were all talking about it. I was like, I don't know what the fuck he's dropping, but that shit is nice as fuck. Like the rollout. It was like, what was it, Project X at the time?
Project XX, dude.
Yeah. That was good.
And it was like a really well executed plan. And then COVID happened, which no one could have planned for. And
perfect storm though.
It was because then people are at home, people want to order shit. So our online sales just skyrocketed. And what that did is it gave us all this data. It made it out into the world so much. So it was all over social media. And then when COVID started being people were going back into stores, right around that time, the brand had already had so much traction online and just awareness that's when the stores started being oh, we've heard of this brand online, let's bring it in. And then right when we started going into Target, Walmart, HEB and stuff was right when everyone started going back out in the world. So it was this perfect storm. And as someone who has one of the most fastest growing candy brands on this planet, I know our online sales, and for you to create an online candy business that is gonna you can't do the growth that we've done strictly online, because our online sales have just plateaued. They're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good, but they're good and they've plateaued. They've stayed the same.
I mean, who else is ordering candy online though?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's
just
why
the fact that you guys have that cash flow coming in from the online sales.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's what's the most powerful about it. But the getting distribution with any product, that is the challenge that people have to do. And to answer the question is social media definitely helped. Would I have the same success if I never had a following? Probably not. Absolutely not. But it's I put in, it wasn't like I blew up over 3 months, launched Candy Brand, and I put in, for when I launched Sour Strips, I put in 7 years of work, built up an audience, was hey guys, I've given you 7 years of content. Here's my 30th birthday. I need y'all to save $25. Okay. It's, for this product, and let's make it big. And now I think not only is the brand and everything so good, but I think people love it is, like you're doing with, the Better brand and what everyone's been doing there, they build this kind of community around it. And I was how do I build this community around a candy? And it's not necessarily that people want to I make a lot of shirts. We don't sell a lot of Sour Strip shirts, right? I just like making them. But I was how do I create this community around people around Sour Strips? And what I think I did was, when you go to the store and you can buy gummy worms, you're okay, I buy this, but you're who owns this? You don't know. You don't know. With Sour Strips, there's almost this connection where someone's he's the underdog. He's trying to grow. He's this thing. This is Maxx. This is, an influencer or something, where I think
what's the term that you use? Skew the data. Skew the, yeah.
Dude, that's another thing dope. That's something that I just randomly started doing, and it just turned into this.
It's like a rally cry.
Yeah, and I get you. I mean, you see all the stories I repost, and it's people.
Yeah.
People.
It's a good idea. Yeah, yeah. So with the growth of Sour Strips, man, obviously you've had people under you. As of recently, you had some employees leave you. Mm-hmm. How do you tackle that? Because for me, I always look at, because whether I like it or not, I employ people, right? My biggest thing is retaining them and making sure that I'm providing a good experience for them, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I just don't want to ever be viewed as a bad boss. How do you feel when those, or how did you feel whenever they decided to kind of transition on and go to something else?
Well, so the individuals that left are the creative sides. And I think creatives are kind of a different breed of people than maybe your traditional office goer, because again, they have, not, and this, I don't know how to even word this, but the visions they have, especially when you get into videography, is to do these massive projects or these big things. And sometimes, if you want to work with me, I can only provide as much as I can provide. With Sour Strips, I mentioned in my video how, you could essentially work for whatever company you wanted to, Everford, Sour Strips, whatever. But I'm hey, if you can do whatever you want in these brands, but there's X amount of things that I need to get done no matter what. And, we'll take Corey, for example. So Corey was an individual who, he basically, his essentially his only job was to create the the IG feed photos, right? That was like 90% of what he had to do. And then everything else was just like, okay, when you've taken these feed photos, which took a lot of time, it's like, okay, now let's make some other content for some other stuff. But I understand that it's probably like every day is just like, I'm in the studio taking pictures of Candy, go and edit it. Taking pictures of Candy, go and edit it. I'm like, I understand why that'd get boring. And now it's worked out that actually I still contract him now. And it's actually, he's, probably making more money doing contracting. But he's elevating, he's happier, which is great. And actually he's still contracted to me to do those photos, so I'm getting the same output, and I'm actually saving money now because now it's like I'm paying per photo rather than like for a full-time salary kind of thing, and everyone's happy, so it's like worked out. And with Oz leaving, it's just like, I don't want to limit someone by like what I can offer them. So if you want to go and do big creative projects and I can't provide that to you in our company, I can be like, hey, here, free roam, do whatever you want. But like, if you're like, I want to create a documentary on your YouTube channel, I'll be like, I don't need that. Like, I don't need that. So, but losing employees is definitely tough. And, when you're in the social eye, you get a lot of scrutiny from that, from whether it be like, that's because you're a piece of shit boss who micromanages or whatever. And like, people lost their minds when I gave my opinion on, I think working in the office is better for a lot of jobs than working at home for specific things, right? And people lost their minds on that. But people don't know every scenario. It's like when I did the interview with Mona and, found out she did OnlyFans, right? And I had commented.
Oh, you found out through?
Well, I found out that day because I was like looking up things and I saw in her bio. Because I was like, does she go by Mona Razi or Mona Brown on our Instagram still? And I saw she had like a link tree. I was like, oh, what is she in there? And then yeah,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's funny.
In the pod we talk about it. I was like, I saw this link, but and in the podcast I was like, how much money you making? She's like, more than I'm making here and stuff. And I had comments that were like, Mona only started OnlyFans because you're not paying her enough. She was forced to do it because she had to. And I'm like, of course she's making more fucking money in OnlyFans than working at a corporate job. Why do you think all these girls are doing it? You think it's because they just love to film themselves naked or like whatever? It's like the financial thing of course she's going to make a lot of money. Like, of course I can't compete with OnlyFans money. Of course. Like, I'll put myself out of business, paying someone, $500,000 a year or something to try to keep up. So it's like, you definitely have to balance the like scrutiny of the public eye of like them giving their opinion from one clip of a video of how you run your businesses. But I mean, it's tough, but I think when you lose employees, I mentioned, it's like you can either go two routes. You either immediately rehire because you're like, this is not that it's not like it could be crucial or not crucial, but you could also be like, what things don't we actually need? And for the time being, like, do we need to hire someone right away? Yeah. And it might be like, yes, but it might be like, no, I haven't had these two creatives full time in 2 months now, around there. And, we're growing. We're doing everything great. Like,
yeah, you are right. Like with the creative team. So like, it's tough because like in a corporate job, like they're going to require you to be there like 9 to 5, right? With creative teams, like, so for example, for my creative team, I don't require them to be at the warehouse or anything like that. As long as work is getting done. If work's getting done, then cool. But yeah, it's like the creative team is different because like your value is being creative and how you spark that creative juice might be different. Like, it's going to be hard to make people creative, or some people find it very, very hard to like pull up to a warehouse and be like, all right, I'm about to make a shit ton of content. Like, that's just, some people's brains don't even work.
I'll dive into my thoughts on fucking working from home, and like I can get into a whole discussion on that.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
So I'm a big advocate of working in the office because, and for a couple of reasons. Like, one, I'm like, okay, let's do this. I want the culture. I want like, I want I'm trying to create that culture. You look at companies like, everyone's company, like when I go visit Ghost or whatever, and everyone's in the office, and I'm like, this is cool. This is what I want to build. Right. And first of all, people need to understand at the end of the day, when you're a business owner and you're like, hey, Russ, do you want to do this job for me? I will pay you X amount of money. It's a negotiation. It's like, here's my expectations. I want you to work in the office, and here's the money I'll pay. Yes or no? And if you say yes, then then it's no ridiculousness for wanting to work in the office, right? Yeah. I think for a lot of jobs, there are things that you don't need to be in the office for. If I'm like, hey, I need 5 photos a week, I don't know, like of X. then and I need them by Friday. Then by Friday, I just need these 5 photos. I don't care when you do them. I don't care how long it takes because I'm like, I'll pay you X for these 5 photos. But when you have like a company like ours where I'm like, hey, you know, there's a lot of different tasks to do throughout the day that I want to be able to, like, let's get all of our work done during the main portion of the day. And at 11 a.m., I want to be, if I want to be like if you're my videographer or something, I'm like, Russ, dude, like, let's go shoot some content right now in the gym. I have that ability, right? Yeah. What I don't want is, and this is where people can just go be a contractor if you want that, but I don't want to hit you up at like 10 and be like, yo, bro, you're working at home, right? Whatever. At 11, like, can you come in and let's shoot some content? And you're like, oh, dude, I'm in fucking Galveston doing another project with someone else. And I'll be like, what? And they'll be like, well, don't worry. Yeah. Like, I'm going to get your work done later tonight. But I'll be like, but now I can't do this other thing. Yeah. And it's like, oh, why don't you just make very clear expectations of like, that ain't the world I'm living in, of like, I don't have like schedules of each week of exact content. It's just like that day, when you finish one thing, let's do some other stuff. Okay. And then after you're done working, like basically my idea with working in the office is like, let's have all the team get all of the work done in the day. Mm-hmm. And then after that, go do whatever, so we don't have to do it. But when you're like, I'm going to work a little bit here, I'm going to work a little bit at 7 p.m., whatever. I'm like, if you have very clear deliverables, but if you're just like, hey, I work for a company that does 10 different things and each day is different, then like, I want to know where my employees were. And the reason is I created structure in my companies because I haven't really talked about this, but like Oz for a while was like I would always be like, hey, dude, you know, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? And he would always be like, yes, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, if you're saying yes, then I'm assuming you can do it. And then I would see him like work later in the night in office, because for a while I never had structure. And I was like, yeah, just kind of come in to get whatever you want done, right? Mm-hmm. Just, you know, I expect you to get your work done. I don't care when you do it. Yeah. But he would start like working like kind of late into the night, right? And then he had a conversation with me one time and he was like, yo, bro, like I feel like I'm kind of getting like overworked. I was like, oh shit, like let's talk about it. Like, yeah. Like I didn't know that. And he's like, well, like you asked me to do all these things. I was like, yeah, well, if you say yes, like, you know, you got to tell me like, hey, if I'm gonna do this, then this thing's gonna suffer. And I'd be like, okay, well then this is more priority, whatever. Yeah. And he'd be like, oh, like at night I'm like working like really late in the night or whatever. And I'm like, well, bro, if you come in at night, like I have no idea how long you're working. Yeah. I don't want you to overwork. I don't want you to work more than you need, but like there's no time. So I was like, I'll fix this. Why don't we get all of our work done during the day? And everyone knows, like my employees now I've changed. It used to be like 10 to 4. Now I'm like 9:30 to 4:30. And I'm like, let's just all get our work done in this chunk of the day. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, go do whatever you want. Yeah. I know where, you know, because it would be like noon or something, and I'd come in because I'd be filming in the morning, come in, and I'd be like, oh, where's Corey, or like where's Oz or someone, and like, oh, I don't know. I didn't know where my employees were. I didn't know where anything it was. So it's like, that's why I think for a lot of jobs it's important to just have an understanding. And it's like, it shouldn't be ridiculous of me to want my employees in the office. It's like, if you want to have your own schedule and work whenever it's how can you like be like, dude, I want to work for you, but I want to tell you when I want to work, where I'm going to work, how much work I'm going to do, and you're not going to have a fucking say. I think so. You know what? When you break it down like that, it makes like perfect. And there's sense. More depth to it than that. Yeah, and I'm not even still probably missing stuff. I ran into that same issue, and it's like, it really is just communication. Mm-hmm. I ran into that same issue last year. Like, I don't really require that much structure because I'm like, you're going to get your job done. And same thing with me too. Literally, like, people started feeling overworked. People started feeling burnt out. I'm like, I mean, I'm not asking you guys to work at night. I'm just asking you guys to finish the stuff. But it's like, some people, like I said, like they work differently and they just end up like working into the night or doing extra stuff. But when you provide that structure, now it's like, oh, I just feel like I'm caged. I feel like I can't do anything. But at the same time, I think the biggest point that you brought up is like, yo, I'm paying you for your time. Yeah, like, no, that's exactly what it was. And, I'm literally paying. It wasn't for deliverables, because it's like if you were like, I'm going to come in this company and I'm going to do X, Y, and Z. And if you ask me to do another fucking thing besides X, Y, and Z, like you better pay me more or whatever. But I'm just more like, look, I'm paying for 8 hours of your time every day. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm paying for. Mm-hmm. And if we do this loose structure thing, it's more of like, okay, well then how is that going to work? Because if you come in for a couple hours a day, and I have no problem, ask any of my employees if they've ever asked me to take a day off, take a vacation, take a week off, take a whatever. Yes, every time, every single time. Yeah. 1,000% every single time. So I'm like, if you ever had a project on like a Tuesday for someone else, I'd be like, yeah, dude, go do it. Like, go, whatever, bro. But if you just want to be able to do whatever the fuck you want, then you want to be a contractor. You don't want to be an employee from someone else. And, you know, a lot of people's relationship with work from home is like, you know, I'm spending so much time in like the commute, you know, all this stuff. I was like, guys, my employees live 5 minutes away. And I have the nicest possible office. People can bring their dogs to the office. You know, it's like I provide all these things, but it was like there's no structure to the point where like I had to create that structure. And it was like, you know, if you can freely work, but if I ask you to do something because your schedule is like all throughout the day, how will I know what is too much, what is too little? Because it's like when we finish doing a photo shoot, it's like, okay, when you're done editing that, now like let's go film a YouTube video. Now let's go do something else. Like I'm just paying for your time. And my idea when I delivered that on my podcast of telling work from home, I was like, it wasn't to try to micromanage or do anything. It was more just like, hey, let's all get our work done in this one chunk of the day. So then afterwards, I'm not bothering you in your personal time. And I try to make the work day like 7 hours so that if there is a photo I ask you to edit at nighttime or an email you need to answer, it's not a big deal, right? But I'll never ask for like you to do a project at night to completely edit an entire video at night, because let's get our work during the day, go home, do whatever, do whatever that.
I think a lot of people don't relate to that because a lot of people are not in those positions. Like,
you'll never relate to it unless you are. Dude, I'll see people on Twitter that'll be like a big, and this, I know we're going on a fucking rant about work from home.
No,
and it sucks because like I can't hit every angle of my thought, so I'm gonna miss something. And people are like, that's fucking wrong. But people on Twitter will like talk shit about the company that they work at because they're forced to go to the office. I'm like, don't work there. Don't, like, these are the terms. Like when you work for someone, if you don't like the working conditions of it, don't work there.
I've learned to take, because I used to take that personal whenever people would have like negative shit to say about like their workspace or in work environment. I'm like, you know what, man? They would do it anywhere else. Like literally, like doesn't matter what job they had, what situation they would be in, they would talk shit about where they work. And it's not, maybe they just don't, it's not that they don't want to work there. They just got to get their shit off to make them feel better about their situation. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I would feel a certain type of way if I know I'm paying this person like salary and it's like, hey bro, where you at? I want to film real quick. Oh, I'm like out of the city. I'll be like,
and that was,
I'll just be like, well, I want my fucking money back.
And that was like a lot of the conversation that came up when people were like, oh, like I'm thinking about leaving, and they'd be like, I want to do these other projects. And I'm like, there's a difference of altering your schedule, or it's like, and it was never about a pay or anything. Cause I was like, look, if it ever comes down to pay, tell me what your goals are. We'll create a map on how you get there. And I'll create a timeline on how you get there. What would I expect you to get to that point? I was like, so it never came down to the dollars. But I'm like, bro, if you want to like have a freer schedule, it's like, that's just my personal choice of like, I want all my 5 employees or whatever to like, let's all work at the same time. So that it's not like all over the place. But I was like, if your reasoning for working from home isn't like a very valid, like I live an hour away, you know, there's certain things that I would have like, exceptions for. Right. But if the reasoning is, I just want to go do other people's shit in the middle of the day, then it's like, then don't be an employee for me. Like it's not that. And none of these aren't exact situations I came into, but it's just like, you have to ask yourself, like, why do you want to maybe work remote? Is it because you want to do 6 jobs at the same time? Like, then just freelance it. Then no sweat off my back. And we'll change the expectations of what I'm expecting from you, you know? And I'll be like, okay, I want these X deliverables, but unless your role is, I have these 7 things I'm supposed to do by X date every month or every week or whatever, and that's my job, then it makes sense. Like, sure, do that wherever, right? But if you're like, hey, it's every day is changing, there's multiple companies, the content's always evolving, we have to edit, we have to change stuff in real time, like to do that, then I want my employees to work at the same time. If we're editing a video, I don't want to call you and make a change. I want to come into your office. Let's sit down. Let's fucking make that change. A lot of shit is off the cuffs. Like you might be chilling and like you might just get the urge. Oh, let's go film this real quick. And it's like, oh, I mean, no one's in the fucking office. Like at the end of the day, for certain things that I've outsourced now. But the last thing I'll say on it is like you said, like my thing is I'm paying for people's time. And for certain individuals, I'm paying for deliverables. And for certain people, I'm just like, hey, I want 7 to 8 hours of your day each day. I'll pay you X. You're going to do an assortment of things related to these brands. during this time period. If you like it, that's great. Welcome to the team. If you don't, I understand. I'll move on.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of how it is. So it's like
yeah.
I'm paying for people's time, not the specific deliverables.
Yeah, facts. So like with that transition, like, do you think you're going to be like maybe just like doing it solo for a little bit, or like more of an intimate role, or do you want to take some time away from like maybe like telling people what to do, or like having employees?
No, I still, especially as Sour Strips grows, like one thing with Sour Strips is it's definitely a much more back end heavy focused brand where like really the ops, like the warehouse and the logistics and the operations, that's where like the real heavy lifting literally and figuratively goes down. And then just like the administrative side, which Mona handles completely at the moment. And, but for a lot of times, like, you know, hey, for the content, I can outsource. Like, would I like someone in-house that's going to be about the brand and really want to push? Yes, absolutely. And when that person comes, but the problem is now it's like, first of all, you'll always make more money if you contract, of course.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, 1,000%. And if any,
100%.
like, of course you're going to, if like I mentioned in the show, it's like if you get paid to do 6 things and you go work for 6 different people to do one thing each, you're probably going to make more money doing that.
Yeah.
But it's like, that's just how life works. And you're going to have the stress, and if there's going to be jobs and whatever that you'll come to experience. So you're paying for the security and the whatever, and, you know, to be able to evolve with a company. But I think at the moment, how I mentioned, we're like, you know, what do we not need as much as we thought we need? And it's not so much like, oh, let me see how much money I can save, or we didn't even need those people. That's not what I'm saying. It's just more of like, in the interim, I can adjust the business a little bit until I find the perfect fit, or until I'm like, oh, we really need to do this. And for me, like content creation, I really do not need help. Like I need nothing for my personal YouTube. Is it cool every now and then when I'm traveling to have someone else like film and edit that video when I'm traveling? I can do my thing. Yeah. Have I done it for years and years and years by myself, and I know exactly how to create a piece of content when I travel? Yes. You know, the podcasts, like I can edit them all up perfectly fine. I can do it pretty quickly. I enjoy editing already. It's in the same programs. I enjoy listening to my fucking stupid jokes. Like I enjoy listening back to the episode that I filmed a couple weeks ago. So it's like, it's no sweat off my back.
Yeah.
And so it's only when I'm like ready for that. But at the moment, I'm just kind of waiting for the right like person or time to come around.
Yeah.
But I'm learning that, especially in the creative world, that it's you know, finding someone who is loyal and going to stick to the brand. And I'm just not saying that these people that left are not loyal, but it's getting more difficult, especially the more that this whole entrepreneurial thing comes about, is that it's hard to get people that want to work for a company, because now the cool thing is to work for yourself. And I understand the pros, you know, the pros and the cons, but you know, I just kind of take it day by day. Like I don't plan really.
This new generation is different for sure. I think the most popular thing is like obviously working for yourself and being like your own boss. And a lot of people like, they like, it's expensive to fucking get an employee, because they have like this mindset of like, I saw someone on Twitter say that 100K
oh my God,
a year ain't shit.
This is what
like, what the
this is what I'll say. I think the common thought is that everyone who works for everyone should be making $100,000 within like 6 months of working. Like everyone should be making that. And they're going to be slapped with reality when they go work for anyone. And that's not it. And again, you go to any company that's a corporate job, and maybe some people are like, I would never work for corporate. It's like, okay, sure. Then then, you know, take the risk, work for yourself, and you'll see great financial success. But like, you know, like the traditional path is like, unless you get a promotion in a company, you evolve into a different role, you evolve your skill sets 3 to 8% raise, you know, maybe a 10% raise every year. Yeah. Just expect that, right? And it's like, I think people's understanding of how much money someone should make at a job is directly the same as realistic expectations of how they should look when all these kids are like blasting gear.
Yeah.
They're like, that's what I should look like. Why don't I look like this? So they think they're like pieces of shit. And like, if you work at a company and you're not getting paid 100K, you know, it's like,
oh, they don't value me, or like I'm not getting paid enough. It's like, bro, I don't think you understand. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. But transitioning from that, like, you came.
That's gonna be heated, by the way. People are gonna fucking, especially my work from home thing.
No, I think you presented some good fair points that you could build off of. Like, I think if anyone is able to take anything from that, it's just like different shows for different people. But you know, if you're gonna work for me, bro, like I would require you to be like. It just sucks that that's like such a hard
pill to swallow. Oh yeah. And I'm just like, look, as the owner of the company, I want to be at the office every day.
Yeah.
So I would like my employees to also be
which isn't like that normal. Like
it's
the
like,
owner, sometimes, bro, most of these companies, you don't fucking see the owner.
Dude, it's a wild take that someone who goes that an owner of a company wanting his employees to be at the office at the same time that he's at the office that is helping to run a business is a crazy concept.
Yeah, I would understand if you never showed your face.
Yeah, like, I'm there every day. I'm the first one there.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. But yeah, switching gears again. So like, you came into the game like with fitness, right? Oh shit, how much time we have? Okay, cool. So just like you came in with fitness, right? And as your life has changed a little bit, would you say that fitness is taking like more of a backseat now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
my love for trying to like be the peak version of myself in relation to like my strength and my physique has taken a backseat.
Okay. So then when did you meet Taylor? Because I feel like do you feel like that has kind of like taken away from the gym a little bit in a sense?
Well, it definitely wasn't like, yeah, I already got the girl so I can cool down a bit. Let me tell you, no girl gives a fuck how much you can deadlift. I'm telling you. Russ, like, I don't know.
No. It's all the dudes. Like all the dudes. Bro, you fucking killed on that. You fucking killed on that deadlift. No girl's finna hit you like, oh, that's.
Nah, I've been with Taylor for a little over a year and a half right now, and it's definitely what she's allowed me to do is understand that it's fine to relax. It's fine to chill at night, and like the world ain't gonna implode. You still can grow your businesses, and you don't need to work all the time. And taking time to chill with your girl or guy or whatever is like important, and that adds value to what you're doing. But no, my lack for fitness kind of came when like I held myself to like a really high standard for a long time, especially with my deadlift. Right, that was like just the one lift I was good at. It's like a one trick pony, and it kept going up for so long. But I realized that it was like, the easiest way I can give my analogy of like my strength progression and why I'm kind of burnt out on it and why I don't care as much. Because most people be like, dude, why do you not want to see what your full potential is? You might even think this, right? Like, or like, why don't you want to improve? I'm essentially, you play any like RPG games or like actually like any.
I used to play a lot of Halo.
Okay, well, so let's take a game where like you can get to level like 100, right?
Yeah,
100 is the cap you can get to. You cannot go above 100. Okay. But everyone knows when you build a character up that, you know, levels 1 through X are always like the most fun, whatever, you're going really fast. But when you hit level like 90, for you to get to 91 is a fucking grind. And the amount of benefit you get from being 90 to 91 is like minuscule. You're like, but you gotta put in so much time to get one level up, one level, unlike what you used to be able to do. That's how I've kind of feel with like lifting and strength training, where I've like gotten to the end of the game for me. Like I really, let's take just my deadlift, right? 650 pounds at I've pulled all that under 175 pounds, which I think, I mean, now these kids are fucking freaks out of nowhere, but like, but like, I think that's elite level shit.
It is though. Yeah.
And for me, I'm like, me pulling 650, I'm like, what is the level 100 for me? 750, maybe 750, a little over 7. Am I going to be any happier pulling 650 or 750? Answer is no. Am I making any money from deadlifting more? No. Yeah. I'm getting older, and like I understand my body. When I lift these heavy weights, it takes a toll. I'm more fatigued. I'm more tired. My body hurts a little bit more, you know, and the amount of all the stresses and the efforts that I got to put in to get from 650 to 700 is not what it was from 500 to 600, from 6 to 650. Yeah. You hit a wall. And for me, the juice is just not worth the squeeze for me. Yeah. I've hit these numbers that I think are more than most people will hit in their lifetime. And I'm sad. I'm proud and satisfied of like the numbers I've hit, the accolades I've hit. And for me with powerlifting, like I don't care about competing. I don't care about it. It doesn't matter to me anymore.
So how old are you right now?
I'm gonna be 34 this year in September.
So like for you, what keeps you going to the gym? Is it just like general fitness, or?
To be honest, I really like these kind of like waves that I do. So it's like every year, and this has probably hindered a lot of my progress, is like I call it around like August, I start just shoving my face with food, like eating whatever I want, eating good, like every day. And I get a little fluffier. I have like a fast metabolism, so I'm never going to get like.
You're a pretty lean guy.
Well, yeah, now, so I do that from like August until call it like early May or something, like April. And I like strength train. I love it because it's like different. And then right when I'm May, I'm like, all right, let's switch gears. Let's start diet. Let's get shredded. And it's like almost because I have these two different versions of me, like strength max and then shredded max. And for now, it's like I love the summer because I like being lean and I like, and what's interesting is I don't deadlift, squat, or bench during the cutting months. I just don't do them.
Really? You just do like just bodybuilding movements and shit like that?
Like bro shit. Yeah. Like I do. Like if I'm doing a back day, I'm doing 4 pulls and 2 biceps. I'm getting out, or 1 bicep. I'll do 5 exercises a day. And so it's like just different enjoyment. Like right now, I'm like really enjoying just like seeing the progress on getting lean and seeing my abs. And when I'm doing my lat raises shirtless at Alpha Land, I can see my delts. and then it's like I'll probably get bored of this, and then I'll be like, oh, let me like strength train.
Yeah.
But for me, it's kind of like, it's going to take so long for me to break 650 on deadlift. And if I can't do that, that's where my enjoyment was. So why the fuck do I care about like doing 405 for reps or 500 for like just working it? Like, I don't care.
Yeah, I got you. So like for you, like what do you enjoy working out now more than you did before? Or did you enjoy working out before?
I loved my strength training era mainly because it was kind of like in Virginia when I was here. I loved, and maybe I should just come work out of your gym, but like I loved.
Tough as fuck.
I like working out outside now, but yours like a fucking cage.
It's like a cage, bro.
But I loved back in the day because I would work out, and times were different. People had more freedom, but like I loved working out with my buddies who were like kind of the same strength as me, also like powerlifting. But now, bro, I know you, but like you're on a fucking different level, right? But like I don't have like a couple buddies that I lift with anymore that are like around the same strength as me that are also into it. So now it's almost like this hindrance on my life, powerlifting, where that's why I like used to love it so much back then. I get amped up. I'm like, oh, today I have to hit this number.
It's almost like the camaraderie ship that comes with it, right? I would say like
the boys are like, come on.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know it would never happen, but you would like training at my gym for sure. Like, do we have members? You know who he would like Paul. You would fucking love Paul.
My early powerlifting days was with my old roommate named Paul. So Paul's done your deadlift for dude competition I think twice now. But we have a lot of that. Like I always tell people like there's days like even today I didn't feel like training. But like we'll have days like where I come in, I'm just like, fuck, bro, I don't feel like being here. And like someone be like, damn, Russ, like you don't feel like training today? You don't want to be great today? And I'm like, oh fuck. So bro,
like,
it's just like with strength training, the time commitment, and I mean, I'm preaching
yeah.
the choir right here, but like for me, it's like let's say like I'm just trying to build my deadlift up, you know, like you know what, fuck it, dude, I'm gonna hit 700. Maybe I'm not gonna compete, or maybe I'm gonna compete, whatever. I have to do that. So that means like let's say Saturday is my deadlift day, right? But if Thursday, my girlfriend's like, hey, this weekend, like my family, we want to go to like the lake this weekend. I'd be like, I can't, I got to deadlift.
Yeah. It sounds crazy.
Whereas now I could be like, oh, fuck yeah, I'll just go hit a early, like quick workout tonight and I don't give a fuck. I'll take the day off, whatever. But like now it's like, I can't change anything about my life because I got to deadlift more.
Yeah, I just fucking thought about that today because I'm going to Puerto Rico tomorrow.
If anything changes out of your routine, you're like, oh, fuck, this is going to fuck me up.
So I'm like, I'm going to try to combine sessions. I tried to combine a session today and I was trying to deadlift. I got up to 3 plates. I was like, bro, fuck this, man. Like, I literally feel like shit. And it's funny because I'm like, well, I guess now my Thursday is going to be fucked. So I'm like literally concerned about it. And I was like, man, what the fuck, bro? Like, I'm going to Puerto Rico. Like, I could take like 4 days off from training and come back and like be fine next week.
I know we talked about it on our pod episode, but like, is any of your reasoning of wanting to continue to get stronger, is it more of like you want to see, like, what is the cap? I can't add 1 more fucking pound to this? Because eventually you're going to hit that wall, right? Even if you don't think you are, like eventually going to get to a point. You might add 1 pound per year, or something ridiculous. Is it more of like you want to see your peak is, or is it more of like you're the fucking like you're the guy who is strong as fuck and you don't want to lose that? Because that was me for deadlifts, bro. I was the deadlift guy.
Deadlift bro. Yeah, For me, it's literally the context of like, it's a competitive thing.
Yeah.
Like the numbers, like I don't really get caught up too much in the numbers. I just know my numbers translate to winning. And for me personally, it's literally just like, how long could I keep pushing this?
Do you think that if you stopped gaining strength, do you worry that it would have a hit on you business and financial?
Yeah.
See, I don't think it would. I don't think people
Well,
care.
actually, you know what? No, because like I don't yes, it is a big part of what I do, but at the same time I think I've done the groundwork of establishing like my personality.
Well,
like,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because a lot of these lifters, like they don't really do that. Like it's more so just about the lift strictly. So if they fall off, like they really fall off.
Well, it's like I think people are clearly are here for you, and it's like you also can lift a lot of weight because you know they look on your Instagram and it's like, oh, it's been 2 days. Russell hit another fucking PR. Like, you know, it's like,
yeah.
Sometimes I'm like, am I watching the same video? And I might go back. I'm like, oh no, he just added another 20 pounds to his squat. Like that was 3 days ago.
Yeah, it's
like,
funny because now I do that same shit that you talk about. It's like I view certain things as postable. I'm like, I don't want to post this because it isn't up to the standards that I've kind of laid out for myself.
Do you think there's any numbers that like you're gonna hit? And I use the analogy of like the reason I also give it. It's like you just did a whole promo with like skateboarding and shit.
Yeah,
it's like there's these like huge.
I got caught a poser like crazy.
Oh, dude, some of the skating in there. I was like,
yeah, I wasn't. So the kids skating,
I know I'm a skinny white guy, but dude, I can skateboard. I could have done
the kids skating can skate for real. I cannot skate. So that's anyways. Yeah.
It's kind of like, is there ever going to be a thing where you're like, I've hit these numbers, like these are the numbers I wanted to hit? Because like in skateboarding, it's like, you know, let's say there's this like monster 25 stair, right? This just huge thing. And someone's been trying this, like, we'll say 360, some crazy trick down it.
Yeah.
They try for like weeks, months, fall, break their leg, get back, fall, whatever. They finally hit it. They ain't doing it again. You know, like they're doing it one time, they hit it, and they're like, I did it.
Yeah.
Like I can check that off my fucking list.
It's kind of like with everything. It's kind of with life though. Like I'm sure like once Sour Strip hit a certain number, you're like, you normalize it immediately.
I do. Yeah. And I think what's hard for me is like people will probably listen to me talk about my reasoning for just like essentially giving up on strength training, try to achieve my numbers. And these are most of these people, 99% of people who would talk shit on my stuff are like maxing out at like 500 on deadlift.
Yeah.
And it's like people are like, you're not as dedicated I am, but I'm like bro. Like, but I'm like, until you get to my point, you won't understand.
Yeah, it's more so just like
because it looks to the people of like, bro, you just you missed a PR and now you gave up because you can't hit it, you've given up, and that's why I'm like, it ain't that, bro.
Yeah, it's more so because like for me, like whenever I think we talked about this like last time I was on your podcast, mine's like if you have the desire, there's like a way we could get there, but if the desire's not even there, I mean, it's whatever. You know
and I cannot lift like I used to lift in terms of my mind space. Like when I go into the gym, like I used to like take my pre in the car or like take it at District Barbell, and I'd be like, today I'm gonna fucking lift this weight. I'm so stoked. I'm amped up. I'm like, I'm envisioning my lift. And now like when I'm squatting, I'm like, oh god, some shit happened today at Sour Strips. Like, oh man, dude, I just had to spend out so much money.
Or your car, your phone starts ringing like, hey, bro, that shit. I'm not gonna lie to you, like especially when it's like your actual money and shit, and like you're actually tied into it.
I didn't have a care in the world back then.
Yeah, that shit will shut the workout down so fucking fast. The other day, like I was in the gym, I took my pre-workout and I was literally in the car. I was bumping some shit. I was like, oh, let's fucking go, about to go. I get like fucking 3 calls in a row from 3 different people, and like it just fucked up my whole attitude. And I was like,
1000%. I think to fully answer the thing is like I'm at a point in my fitness now where I want to have a physique that I am happy with. Like for me, it's like being on the leaner side. I like that because it helps me like with the structure of how I eat food and everything. And also it's for me, it's like for my strength levels, I just want to maintain that pretty much any time of the year. If we set this headphones down and went to the gym right now, I know that I could do a 5x5, maybe 5x3 with like 500 pounds right now today.
Yeah.
Like I know that I can maintain a decently good strength on these like numbers that I'm like fine with.
Yeah. It's like numbers where you could walk into a commercial gym and turn some heads. It's like
1000%. And like, I know. So it's like, and again, it's like, I'm not making money from lifting. I never really was. I've never sold a program my life.
Yeah.
Like I never made.
Which is crazy.
I know I left so much money on the fucking table, dude.
It's kind of crazy. Okay. Well, I mean, what were you? I
was gonna say it's because I ran so many other people's programs. And I'm like, well, I would just kind of like take people's programs and change a lot about them and then make it my own. But I'm like, people probably would have, thousands of people probably would have bought a Maxx deadlift PDF. That's just like, because I always thought I had like I would run like Jim Wendler 531 and people who are really smart. And my thing is like, I didn't have this really analytical approach to lift. Like if you were like, oh, like what are the weights you use and the reps and the sets? Like why do you do those rep sets and why do you do specific weights on certain days? I'd be like, oh, I don't know. Like I just like that. I don't have a reasoning behind it. So I thought because there wasn't this like reasoning, I just like, oh, I do it because I like lifting sets of 3. Yeah. That's why I like doing it.
You know, it's funny. Like a lot of influencers, they don't know what the fuck they doing. They be selling programs and shit.
Oh yeah, and I didn't want to be that guy.
You didn't want to be that,
because I didn't want people like you or whatever be like, what, like, let's use 80%. Like, okay, why are you telling them to use 80%? I'd be I don't fucking know, because that's what I do.
Yeah, I feel you. It's like you just didn't want to be. It's tough because in our industry, like a lot of people will start getting shredded and they just start selling shit, like selling programs and shit. I'm like, man, you don't know what the fuck you're doing.
Yeah, no, I've always been, I mean, obviously I think you need to do what you need to do to survive, but sure. I'm just someone that I don't try to monetize every aspect of what I'm doing. I think there can be a lot of things you can do that, like, you know, there'll be plenty of times that, you know, now it's back in the day, everyone did this every time, but like, you know, I work with a lot of different brands for my YouTube videos, but I'll still put out YouTube videos that don't have a sponsor. And a lot of my buddies would be like, oh no, I'll just skip that. Be like, I'll wait till I have a sponsor. Cause it's like, well, I'm going to give a content for a piece of free. Right.
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, like, I don't think you need to min-max your entire life.
Yeah.
Some people do. Some people are like, I'm going to be hustling, you know, every single time.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just not me, I guess.
Yeah. But getting to the last stretch of it, man, we've been going on for like almost 2 hours, right? Yeah. Pretty solid. Going to the last stretch of it. And circling back around, like Taylor, right? For a long time, I think for a decent amount of time I've known you, you've been single.
I was like almost like an 8-year dry spell.
How has
just
Taylor?
This guy, you know what I'm saying? 8 years.
That's why your forearms are so fucking developed. Bro.
I know, bro.
How has she just kind of changed your outlook on life? And because I know you said earlier that she's kind of allowed you to slow down a little bit. What has that done for you mentally? Like being able to have that person in your corner.
Well, I made a lot of, I leaned into the whole like forever alone single guy type of like thing. I leaned into it.
That was
like
part
heavy.
of your, that was part into your, that was
like
part
one of my
shticks,
right? Yeah. And, you know, what happened with Taylor is that like, even like right before I met Taylor, I would always say like the reason that I don't have a girlfriend is not because I, you know, like, cause I would go on dates with attractive women who I got along with. And
I don't mean to interrupt. Hey, Maxx, he has some, I mean, Maxx, when Maxx was single, I would like see and hear about some of the girls. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm like, this guy is fucking reeling them in.
There was no girls before Taylor.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. Yo,
but like it was just, and I would get along with them, but it was just I was like, nah, because I thought that God, what's the I wish I could pull up it's like what's the song on Drake? What's the Drake song After Cameras? That's like after the interlude thing, it goes on to The Good Ones Go. Okay. There's like a line in there when he's basically just saying like, I need you to wait for when I'm ready. Like I need you to stay single until I'm ready. And that was kind of the mindset that I had. I was like, any girl's gonna slow me down. So I'd be like, so it's like I would let these good girls go because I'm like, you're gonna slow me down. Like you're gonna slow me down. You're gonna mess up what I'm doing. And it wasn't until I met Taylor that now I'm a firm believer of the, like, when you find the person, you'll just know. And I didn't believe in that. I didn't find like the whole like soulmate thing and about like just be like, when the right person comes along, you'll know. And it's like, you know, it took me 7-8 years. Yeah. Right. And the first day that I went on a date with Taylor, I never talked to a single other girl in a like flirty way ever. Like after the first time met, I was like, this is the one. Like it was crazy. Yeah. Super lame to say, right?
No. I keep telling everyone that. Like I tell all my friends that. I tell everyone that'll listen. Especially since now, like all my employees are like younger people and like they're just going through life. I was like, I'll be looking. I'm like, you just fucking around. Like, you just fucking around with this girl. Like you don't really like that girl like that. Like, what do you mean? I do. I'm like, no, you don't. I'm like, when you find that person that's like your treacherous twin for real, like you just know. It's not even, you don't even second guess it.
I think with Taylor, it was like I said, I thought any girl or any relationship I got into was going to slow down what I'm doing. It wasn't that like I was like afraid to get in a relationship. It was more of just like, oh, I had this busy schedule, and I was almost trying to look out for the girl, because I was like, the relationship's going to be like, look, we're going to hang out when I can hang out. If I have shit to do, we're not going to, like, I need to do what I want to do. So it was going to be like super selfish. And I think what Taylor did is it allowed me to realize that, I mean, I'm more successful than ever, and I've had a girlfriend. Yeah. Turns out that, like, you know, I could do all the things that I wanted to do. And when you have the right person that's, you know, supporting you, motivating you, you know, lifting you up, being able to like vent to someone, that's like one of the biggest things. Like, I would go home at nighttime, and it's not like I want to like unload my problems onto someone, but like if I had like a stressful day or like some stressful shit happened, I would have like kind of knowing that I felt like I could just like walk dude and just like talk about it and like have their feedback, and just, you know, or just even not even feedback, just have them listen, like, and just, so it's like it allowed me to realize that like having a partner is like, it can be super valuable. And, you know, especially with now in the times of, you know, the whole manosphere thing about everyone like thinking every woman is out to get every man kind of thing, and it's like this like Mortal Kombat men versus women thing at this point. And I think there are some great people that when you meet those great people, guy, girl, whatever, it'll be like very eye-opening, and Taylor was that for me.
What do you think is like something what's the best quality about her that makes you be like, yeah, like this is the reason why?
Probably her like selflessness. I mean, she it's like she just like cares about like everyone else before her, and she like cares about like, I guess like she's so thoughtful, and I'm just someone that like I've never like think to be thoughtful, and like she will like, oh, Max is having a bad day, I ordered this like cookie for him or something. I'm just like, damn, what the fuck? Like, that's nice. Or like, it's just like little things, and it's like, it was just like her being there for me. And it's probably like very standard things of what someone should do in a relationship, but I hadn't had that in, you know, almost a decade. Right. And so I didn't even know how to be a boyfriend, because I was like, what do I do? What am I supposed to do? When are you supposed to do certain things? Right. And so she was really like understanding with like, I'm like, hey, I'm kind of new to this shit. Like, I haven't, like, it wasn't like back in the day when I would like, you know, date a girl for like 6 months, get out, maybe, you know, get it with a new girl for like a bit. Cause my longest relationship was a year, and I've never lived with a girl ever before. Yeah. So with Taylor, you know, she moved in after like 8 months. Yeah. You knew for sure. You're just like, yeah. No, well, for the longest time, I thought there was like, I was like, a girl cannot move in until a year. I had this like imaginary thing of like, it has like
every dude got a number.
It's gotta be 12 months. Yeah. And then at like 8, I was like, she's here 5 days a week. And I knew Taylor was I'm like going full simp, but I knew Taylor was the one when like she slept over the first time, and I woke up the next morning and I didn't want her to leave. I wasn't like, so when are you going?
Yeah. I always say like, you know, like she's the one for you. Like whenever she doesn't fucking annoy you. Yeah. Which is like, I see so many dudes date girls, or like even girls that date dudes, and they're like, I fucking hate this guy. Like, this guy's annoying, or like, oh my God, I wish he would shut the fuck up type thing.
Why would if a girl ever like just like disrespect, like publicly said some shit like that, you know, there's a lot of like, it makes you appreciate your girl so much when you see the other candidates that are out there and the shit that they're doing, and you're like, never in a million years would I let that fly. I can't believe this girl's doing this thing when she's got a boyfriend, like all this stuff. And I'm like, when you have a good, it's, I mean, there's a million people that say it, like, you know, it's like one good girl's worth 1,000 fucking bad bitches or something. But like when you get a good girl, like you appreciate it so much. Like that's why I'm like with Taylor, I was like, it ain't gonna be me from fucking up in this relationship. I was like, you know, we actually like make it a thing where we don't joke about like us breaking up, right? We're just like, hey, we don't joke about that. But I'm like, if we ever broke up, I was like, it wouldn't be from me, because I was like, I ain't fucking this up. I was like, I'm not. I ain't doing some shit. You're not gonna like. Even with Taylor, I'm like, Taylor could grab my phone right now and go through every fucking thing that is in my phone, and she ain't gonna find nothing. And it's not because I don't have any, I'm like hiding shit. Like there's nothing to hide. Yeah. Like I'm like, you're not gonna catch me being sneaky with anything. Yeah. I'm like, if I'm with someone, I'm gonna be committed, and Taylor's that with me, and I feel that. And for the longest time, I would always like, when I would get into relationships with girls, you'd always be kind of like, who else they fucking talking to? Like, you know, like I know they're saying this shit.
You ain't the only one trying to be the only one.
Yeah. And like with Taylor, like, it was the first time I felt like I was like, she's all about me. like all about me. Like I know it, I feel it, and it's I'm full simp mode with fucking her, bro.
Yeah.
And actually, you know, you talked about that in a lot of your episodes. I was like, about like, you know, texting your girl all day and stuff. I was like, you know, that's what I think. Joe works out with me all the time, right? And then Joe's like, can we work out earlier? I was like, no, Taylor can't work out till like 4. He's like, well, like, why does it matter if Taylor is going to be there? Like, she just kind of walks in the gym with you, goes there. And I was like, Joe, unlike some of the maybe girls you've been with, something, I was like, I actually want to be with my fucking, like, I actually like when she's around, you know? So it's like, I was like, it's not an inconvenience. I was like, I want her with me when I go places. I want her by my side. Like, it's like, I get along with her. I want her there.
Yeah. See, to the girls listening, I'm telling you, man, if that guy's fucking around with you, I mean, just know it's only a matter of time before like you realize that like he's not the one, or like vice versa too. Like guys, like, you don't gotta be wasting that girl's time. Like, if you not fucking with her like that, let her know so she could go like move on and find someone else. And
I'd say relationship advice, like anyone under the age of like 25, I'd be like, it ain't that serious. Like,
yeah, just be single, right?
Yeah, I'm just like, because you gotta find yourself, and not saying like, you know, date around, have some fun, do whatever. Like, you know, maybe go get your hoe phase out of the way or some shit. So you're not like thinking you like missed out on anything. But like, it's like people who are like heartbroken at like 21. I'm like, you'll be all right.
Yeah,
like,
you'll be. Yeah, I always thought like I'm actually I'm a slight proponent of like a hoe phase, just so like you understand what you want and like you get into a relationship and you don't. I mean, I don't know, but if you get into that relationship, you're never gonna feel like you're missing out. Like you're gonna.
Yeah, and like even, you know, it's like when I was single, I had my fun.
Yeah, and
I've completely gotten that kind of out of my system. And like for me, like, you know, even when I first started, it's like, you know, like, why would you get a girlfriend? You're at the top of your game. Like, why would you be with everyone? I was like, I don't want that shit anymore. Like, I want one girl. I want a girl who actually likes me, who actually think isn't with me for some other shit, who isn't trying to use me, who isn't trying to get me to buy them shit.
So nasty.
And when you find that, keep them. Like, unless there's some blatant giant red flag that you're annoying, it's like, bro.
Yeah. As I've gotten older, I like that phase of like you're always looking for like the next girl, or like you're trying to like, you know, get with multiple
spin
people.
Plates and shit.
Yeah, it's
and
fucking nasty,
bro. I like you know, like a buddy of mine, David, has his like dating he does like dating coaching and helps a lot of guys who like in my mind I'm always like,
oh, is this the Mr. Beast guy?
Yeah, okay, How to Beast. Oh,
sorry, How to Beast, not Mr. Beast.
But he, like a lot of guys, and I'm always like, that's, you know, it's like interesting when like guys would need like, you know, a dating mentorship. I'm like, bro, just kind of be funny and like go to the bar and just chat, just go talk to a girl. Like, but it's, you know, it's like some people need that kind of thing, but you'll see these reviews from them and the guys will be like, yeah, like you know, I had like 4 dates this week and 3 of those dates are like a second date. I'm like, like you date. How do you go on multiple dates with different? That sounds so stressful.
Yeah,
like I got to talk to this girl and go on this date, and then I'm gonna get done with this date, and then go on another date. I was like,
my dumbass would definitely accidentally call another girl. Like,
see, I never did that. I've never
done that either.
I never was dating multiple people at one time.
Yeah, I just feel like that's a lot going on.
Yeah.
Damn. So that's what, 2 hours in? Shit. I mean,
is this a record?
Yeah. I mean, damn near. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I have like, it's funny because like I have more questions, but shit, that would be like another fucking 2 hours and shit. But I think we knocked out a good.
Maybe if the people want me back, dude, you can do a part 2.
Yeah, for sure. We have repeated guests for sure. I feel like that was like a really, really good episode. Yeah, but is there anything that you want to like depart? You don't have to. I fucking hate that thing. I don't even think we have time for like questions and shit, right? Yeah, you're like, bro, wrap that shit.
Oh yeah, because this is not Russell's house, by the way.
Yeah, for people that think this is like my fucking crib, it is not. This is a rented studio. But is there anything like you want to like leave people with, or you don't have to?
I'd say
follow your dreams.
People aren't a monster if they want their team to work in the office. You know, if every single person that works for you doesn't all make $200,000 a year, you're not underpaying them. Okay, it's like,
You're good, bro.
Check me out on YouTube, dude.
Yeah. I always say that, and I hate when people say that to me because I'm like, bro, I ain't got shit for you, man. Like, fuck.
No, I'm through my motivational speaking kind of phrase.
That's what I'm saying, bro. I don't really be fucking with the motivation.
But if you want to check me out, dude, come on my YouTube channel. I'll make sick vlogs. I try.
Boom. But I mean, that's episode number 11. Once again, I'm your host, Russell Ori. That was Maxx Chewning, and that's it.
You know, you got a sign out phrase, dude.
We don't really have that yet. We not like 50 episodes plus deep like you.
Dude, I'll tell you, you think you're like cruising right now. I'm at like 50 and I'm stressed as fuck because I'm like,
You should just keep running
I got no more episodes.
Keep running the solo ones with Joe.
You know, let me ask you this. I mean, you do solo podcasts. I thought about doing one. I don't know if people would like it.
You should do it. No, do it.
But I thought about doing an episode of like my life story. Like,
do it.
Like from here's how I was like as a fucking kid, like things I've never talked about. Just like 2 hours of me just here's.
Do it. Yeah.
Like when I was 7, I went to the store and then it was like,
yeah, do it. People. What I've learned. I mean, like obviously, people just want to hear someone talk. Like,
well, dude, I'll pop out the drone 18 times in a YouTube vlog and it gets, at now like 50K views and I make a sit down Q&A talking about drama and it's at like 110,000. So it's like,
do that. I mean, I'm being so serious. Like you should definitely run a solo one and talk about maybe some hot topics or like really deep dive into that. I mean, obviously people want to know about the whole Charlie and Christian thing. Just dive into that.
Yeah.
Without like obviously like getting into the nitty gritty, but just dive into that, explain like more, even like the employee things. You just have like 2 to 3 topics that you just hone in on, let it run.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people that I listen to. They literally just talk about current events too.
Yeah. I need to do that. I need to like because I mean, to be honest, like unless you're a mainstream celebrity, like you're going to run out of guests. Like
yeah.
So like,
I will say this before we sign off. Like I was going to do a solo episode, I think like 2 weeks ago. And I woke up and I was like, I ain't got like an hour 30 of content to just sit down and talk about. So, yeah.
You just gotta be like Trump and Biden, right?
Fuck. But you just gotta, at the end of the day, I think people just want to hear you talk and they want that consistency of just having content out.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same kind of thing with like even vlogs. Like it's just like, don't overthink it. People just want content.
Yeah. Facts. But that's episode number 11. Once again, we out for the second time.
Peace.